up 51.7. They shoot 38% from the field. They've only made 21 threes this year, shooting at 33%. They make 61.5% of its free throws and average 26 boards a game. Barren County is averaging 54.5 points a game, giving up 43 to their opponents. They're shooting almost 44% in the field. They've made 38 threes this year at 35% from behind the arc. Almost a 65% free throw shooting team. They average 28 rebounds a game. On the CRS Construction area schedule tonight, CRS Construction providing exceptional construction service with the highest attention to detail. A lot of teams are off tonight, and that's partly because of the All-A Classic going on this week. But the game's on tap for tonight. These are doubleheaders. Caverna's at Marion County, Allen County, Scottsville hosting Westmoreland, Tennessee. Bowling Green at home against Franklin Simpson. Greenwood girls at Christian County, while the Greenwood boys are at Butler County. South Warren girls hosting Edmonson County. Edmonson County boys at home against Logan County. Hart County girls and boys hosting North Hardin. Russellville girls hosting Wayne County. And the Adair County boys hosting McCreary Central. The teams that are off tonight: Todd Central, Russellville, Logan County girls, South Warren boys, Glasgow. Both teams are off tonight. Warren East, Cumberland County, Clinton County, Russell County boys, Monroe County, and Metcalfe County. Of course, the Trojanettes host Glasgow on Friday night. We'll come back with the starting lineups of tonight's game, brought to you by SCRTC Total Communications, following this timeout, as you're following the Trojanettes on 104.7 The Score.
But what this does is, I think it is a game changer because it creates that next step of connections for students to what we're doing in the curriculum and allows them to really see hands-on what nobody else gets to see.
I've absolutely loved the past 4 years being in biomed. I have got so many wonderful opportunities and has prepared me so much for my future.
I really feel like our rigorous curriculum really prepares them for med school, physical therapy school, pretty much any graduate medical degree. Our table is a great asset. It's really just a really good supplement to help their learning.
Barren County High School is very fortunate to offer multiple career pathways. The biomedical pathway is just one of those, but our focus is always to have students hands-on experience that prepare them directly for the career that they're going to have when they graduate.
I really like the hands-on aspect because I have several students, particularly this year, being that we do have such large gaps from our COVID time, that are having some trouble with reading. They struggle to do that. So when we do the hands-on and they're able to see the models and to watch me do it, that is taken completely out of the equation, and it gives them the confidence to really shine and do all these smaller tasks.
Building that foundation of how students can use science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, making those connections with the classroom teachers and what they're doing in their classrooms as well. And sometimes they don't have the time to do those project-based type things. In our STEAM lab, they're able to do that. And then also with our Project Lead the Way, students are really thinking about how to build and solve real-world problems, presented with scenarios, and then they have to problem solve and come up with solutions as a team. And so we're really excited about laying that foundation here at Temple Hill this year.
We start working all the way from kindergarten, and they start doing, if it's building the Three Little Pigs houses and they have to build something and test it and all of these sorts of things, they start that kind of problem-solving skills really young. We do a lot of group work, so they have to collaborate, they have to learn how to work well together, how to compromise. It's been really cool kind of seeing them kind of come in to kind of get all kinds of things. And plus it kind of prepares them, it kind of shows them like different career options and a lot of things that they've never thought about before. And so when we're doing Project Lead the Way and we're studying engineering, we'll pull up scientists and we'll pull up astronauts, and we've watched some launches on TV and just stuff like that to kind of show them that there's kind of a big world out there and there's all kinds of places and things that they can do.
We'll start Ada Akhmadova. Jalea Bailey, who did not play in the game against Greenwood, not sure if she's playing tonight. We were able to see that, of course, we're high above courtside here, not able to just check the book. So I'm not sure if we had the right starting five, but Jalea did not play in the Greenwood game. She's averaging 11 points and 5 rebounds. Hannah Bailey, 5'6" junior, averages 7. Brianna Frosto, a 5'8" senior, 6 points, 8.5 rebounds. And Diamond Posey, a 5'3" sophomore, averages 4. For the Barren County Trojanettes and their head coach Piper Lindsay in her 9th season. Assistant coaching staff Scott Chapman, Brent Spillman, and Michael Toms. Starting Abby Varney, number 11, a 5'8" senior, averaging 18.5 points and 7.5 rebounds. Katie Elmore, number 10, a 5'6" junior, averages 6. Katie Gerald's number 30, 5'7" junior, 5 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. Taylor Strange, number 14, a 5'10" junior, averaging 5.2. And Ashley Atkinson, number 35, a 5'8" sophomore, averaging 4.7 points and 4.2 rebounds a game. Barren County is down to our right, while Warren Central is to our left. And we're going to have a color guard and national anthem here in just a moment. Remind you, you're following our broadcast on 1230 AM and 104.7 FM, WCBS Glasgow, and online at 104thescore.com. And we're on BC Live as well tonight. Glad you could be with us. Windy and cold and maybe a little snow in the forecast later tonight before we even leave here. And the officials for tonight's game, brought to you by Monticello Banking Company, NBC, a proud supporter of Barren County basketball. Barry Vincent, Adam Leiter, two of the veteran officials. Not sure about referee number 3. We weren't able to get the list when we got up here this evening. So we'll be back with the tip-off. Farmers ACC Jackie Browning Memorial opening tip-off following this break. And our first German-American bank bringing you the first quarter. Supporting the communities we serve and believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Back to the Trojanettes and the Lady Dragons after this break on 104.7 The Score. outlined in gold. And the Warren Central Lady Dragons down to our left. We'll get the official lineup here in just a second. Diamond Posey, that's one that we had on the list, a 5'3" sophomore, averages 4 points a game. Anna Bailey, a 5'6" junior, averages 7 points a game.
Senior number 0,
Brianna Frosto, 5'8" senior, 6 points, 8.5 boards a game. Adova, 14 points, 6.5 rebounds. And Ferguson will be starting. That's Deja Ferguson, the other starter, shooting in place of Jalea Bailey tonight. Ferguson's a 5'5" junior, averaging 2 points a game for the Lady Dragons.
Bailey's not dressed, not playing. They've only got 9 dressed out tonight, so they won't go very deep. We need to use that to our advantage. We don't go very deep either, but go up and down with them a little bit and get the game fast-paced.
Barren County moving from right to left. They control the tap. Here's Katie Elmore with the basketball, being defended out front by Posey. Off the left side, it goes to Varney. Varney circles around. Of course, this is a college-length floor. You can tell it from up here. As Varney tried to go up and had it partially blocked, and then Atkinson apparently stepped on the baseline. She was juggling the basketball, trying to retrieve it, and so Warren Central will get the ball. This is a college-length floor, just like Bowling Green. As Akhmadova, a senior guard for the Lady Dragons, directing traffic out there, trying to set it up. She's guarded by Varney out front. Works it to the left side. Now wants to make a move on the baseline. Gets cut off by Varney. Needs some help. Varney takes it away from her. Here comes Abby Varney. Diagonal pass off to Elmore. She goes up and puts it in. Nice job. Got bumped too, but
there's not going to be a whole lot of fouls called tonight. The officiating crew is not going to call it. Not going to be called the girls' game or the boys' game, and I'm not advocating for it, but that was a nice up and down the floor move to get a fast break point.
Yeah. Ferguson moving high on the left side. Still looking, dumps it back off to Akhmadova. She wants to drive down the lane, right side, puts it up high off the glass and in. 9-2, we'll play just over a minute here in the opening quarter from Warren Central High School in Bowling Green. Here's Elmore, bounce pass off the right side to Atkinson. Atkinson back out to Gerald's. Left side it goes to Elmore. Elmore sends it out to Varney. In the middle, here's Atkinson, drives to the bucket, puts it up and in.
It's up squaring up to the basket there and just giving what the defense, or taking what the defense gives you, and that was a wide open right-in layup.
4-2, Barren County leads it. Here's Akhmadova with the basketball for Warren Central. Angles off to the right side. Still a dribble. Now wants to take off, but it gets cut off down low. Now works it back out to Frosto, now to Akhmadova. She'll circle it back out to set it up. Sends it left side to Bailey. Bailey looking, putting down the dribble. Circles out. Against Katie Elmore. She's picked up her dribble now. And finally gets it back off to Akhmadova. Against Abby Varney. Wants to make a cutover move, and she lost the handle, but picks it back up, rolling on the floor. And then going up the baseline, Posey throws it away. Here's Elmore with it for the Trojanettes. Elmore driving bounce pass, and Varney gets bumped, puts up the shot, it goes down, and a foul.
Varney to Elmore on our first bucket, and the favor is returned there in the other direction. But to get the bump called that time, and we'll go to the line for the and-one opportunity.
Akhmadova commits the foul. First foul of the basketball game. Varney misses it, but rebound Katie Gerald's. Cut off down low, kicks it out to Atkinson and back out to Strange. Dumps it there to Varney. Fakes, goes into the paint. It's triple teamed in there, had it batted loose. Strange got it, turns and puts it up in air.
Stayed with it that time, and again, the defense, for some reason, stepped away from the bucket, and Taylor was able to knock it in.
Barren County out to an 8-2 lead, 5:17 to play in the first quarter. Akhmadova with it for Warren Central. Coming out high to get it is Ferguson. Ferguson against Strange. Now wants to put down the dribble. Leaves it there with Frosto. Frosto, right side of the key. Fakes, drives, spins, almost walked with it. Gives it back to Akhmadova, and she curls around into the paint. Giving it back out now to Bailey. Bailey to Akhmadova. She resets it. 4:50 to play in the quarter. Barren County 8, Warren Central 2. Now she wants to drive against Varney. Cut off. Adding a Frosto left of the lane, going to the bucket, has it partially blocked. Big Gerald's got a hand on it. Here come the Trojanettes on the attack. Gerald's down the right side corner. Varney feeds to Strange. It's deflected out of bounds off the head of Frosto.
Saw it just a second late. That allowed Warren Central to deflect it. But again, the right look, and I like our offense much better early on, passing the basketball, sharing, and getting some better shots.
Varney wide open 10-footer. No, off the back iron. Atkinson, the offensive board, shovels it out to Gerald's in the corner. Back out to Atkinson. They give it out to Elmore to set it up. 8-2. That's lead it in the middle. Here's Varney in the paint. Throws it back right side. Elmore dumps it down to Strange. She can't shoot. Throws it back out to Atkinson. Swings it left to Gerald's. And now here's a shot by Elmore. Rims, no good. Battle for the rebound. And coming out with it is Frosto for Warren Central. Akhmadova down the right side. Leaves it with Bailey. Now back in the corner. Akhmadova driving the baseline. Goes under. Had it blocked in there. I don't know if she was trying to reverse it or pass it off, but here's Elmore ahead up to Atkinson, hooks it back over to Gerald's. Gerald's turns, has the shot blocked, but a foul. And it is on number 11, and that's Posey.
Posey, her first, team second of the quarter. At the line for Barren County.
Second foul of the quarter against the Lady Dragons, and Katie Gerald's. They had 11 of 16 foul shots on the season. Got 2 here. First one is on the way, and it's good. 9-2, Barren. One more for Katie Gerald's. Got them both. 10-2, Trojanettes. 3:44 to go here in the opening quarter. Akhmadova with a basketball for the Lady Dragons. Pass over to Frosto. Left of the circle. Frosto against Gerald. Sends it right side to Akhmadova. Akhmadova on the dribble against Varney. Got Ferguson posted down low. Now Frosto with it in the key. Back over the left side. There's a shot out of corner. Good. As Posey knocks it down. She only averages 4 points a game. Got a 15-footer on the left side. It's 10-4. One more. Pass over to Atkinson. Here's Gerald's turnaround 10-footer. Rattles out. And rebound comes off to Posey for Warren Central down the right side. And here's Akhmadova working against Gerald's. Curls it out to the corner. Now we'll circle it out to set it up. 50 to go in the quarter. Barren County 10. Warren Central 4. Frosto wants to drive against Varney. Throws it up on the run. Shot over the rim. Strange out of the window. Gives it off now to Gerald's. Gerald's into the front court. Finds Varney underneath, and she puts it up and in.
The 3-on-1 there, and instead of the defender kind of sitting down in the middle of the court, she actually picked the side, which made it easier to get an assist and a finish there for Varney.
And a 12-4 Barren County lead with 2:22 to play here in the opening quarter. Akhmadova off on the right side, cuts back left, then back right, and pass knocked away by Varney, and Gerald saves it in bounds, but Akhmadova there to grab it. They find Ferguson underneath, and she puts it up and in.
In a scramble, it was kind of hard to defend, but we had almost a steal, and they just found a wide open play underneath.
12-6, Trojanettes. Varney open, 3-point look. Good.
Don't hit a whole lot of threes.
Well, that's only number 39 of the season, and Varney's 13th of the year for the People's Bank 3-point shot.
By math, only 20% of our shots on the year are threes. Warren Central actually is one of the few teams that takes less. It's 17% of their shots on the year.
15-6, Trojanettes. Warren Central with the basketball. Akhmadova with it out front. Circles around to the left side. Down to a minute 26 to play here in the first quarter. Trying to split the defenders. She loses it. Scramble on the floor as it was tied up with Atkinson. And Warren Central gets it on the alternating possession. Got the substitutions for Warren Central now. Number 5, Layla Tisdale, a 5'4" freshman. And also number 22, Caitlin Wynn, a 5'1" freshman. With 1:20 left in the quarter, Barren County up 15-6. Frosto with it in the right corner, gives to Akhmadova. It's Shelby Bird in the ball game now. Bird, a 5'6" freshman, averaging 10 points a game. Akhmadova still in the middle out front. Down to 1 minute to play in the quarter. They dump it in. It's knocked away. Bird's got it for the Trojanettes. Out in front of the pack. Drives it all the way to the bucket. Looked like she may have got fouled. A shot comes off the rim. And a rebound to Central. Moving through traffic. Akhmadova dumps it down underneath and on the baseline. Tisdale couldn't retrieve it. Barren County's basketball with 45.2 to play. Katie Elmore brings it up for Barren. Outside over to Bird. Out now, Gerald swings it right over to Elmore. Elmore back over to Gerald for the three. It's partially blocked. Bird chases down the baseline. Out to Elmore. Fakes, drives in, can't shoot. Atkinson fires it out of the corner. It is no good. And the ball knocked out of bounds. They're going to give it to the Lady Dragons. 18.2 to play. Moldova will bring it up. Just walks it up for 13 seconds. Taking traffic out there. Moldova. Down to 2. Down to 1. Forces up the shot. Hits the backboard. That's the end of the first quarter. After 1, it's Barren County 15, Warren Central 6. We'll return after this break. This is Trojanet basketball on 104.7 The Score.
What I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
Over Warren Central as we start quarter number 2. Our second quarter of action brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Inbounds pass comes to Atkinson. Sends it over to Bird on the right side. Bird back up top now to Gerald. Gerald goes back to Bird on the right wing. Now she's picked up her dribble. Floats it back out to Atkinson out front between the circles. On the left side it goes to Gerald. Now Gerald's one dribble, goes inside to Hannah Bragg, hooks it back over to Atkinson, she puts it in.
Has an awareness of where the defense had openings.
Getting a lot of layups tonight. Good Bragg, the assist there too. Hannah Bragg, 6-foot sophomore, just checking into the Trojanet lineup. 17-6 Barren County. Akhmadova bounces it out top now. They work it around to the right side. A spin move. Oh, got away with a walk there, but Atkinson comes up with a loose ball. 2-on-1 break. Atkinson bounce pass, broken up, but goes in the hands of Gerald. Feeds it in there to Varney. Turns, puts it up. It's partially blocked by Frosto. Here's Akhmadova with it on the right side. Akhmadova dribbling halfway to the corner. Gets it into Frosto. High post right. Backs away on the dribble against Gerald. Leaves it with Akhmadova to set it up again. A little over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Barren County leads at 17-6. And a give and go. Akhmadova cut off by Varney. Feeds it back now to Frosto. Frosto out of the right wing. Against Katie Gerald. Fakes, drives right side, spins back left. Want to throw up the shots, partially blocked. Got in with 3 Trojanet defenders there. Long pass down to Shelby Bird. Leading shot off the window and in.
Last time Shelby went in for a layup, she got bumped and missed it. That time she knew the contact was coming, put up a strong shot, and maintained her composure and held it.
Barren County leads it now 19-6. 6:12 to go in the first half. Akhmadova with it on the right side. Sends it down to Posey. Posey cut off by Atkinson. Needs some help. And in trouble, had it knocked away. It's loose, picked up by Varney on the floor. Gets rid of it off to Gerald's. Got a 3-on-2 break. Gerald's, nice move to the basket, puts it in. Kind of fake the ball one way, came back up to the left side and puts it in.
Got her defender to commit to the pass while set on the fake, and that was a nice move.
Katie Gerald's with her 4th point of the ball game. It's 21-6. 5:35 to go in the first half. Akhmatova with the basketball. Out of the right side of the floor. Now dribbles it toward the corner. Picks it up. Gives it out now to Frosto. Frosto back to Akhmatova. Akhmatova circles halfway up. Goes back to Frosto. And they'll give it go and loses a handle. And Barren County's got it on the run. Off it goes to Atkinson. She'll drive under. Misses a shot. Bragg puts it in.
Everybody running to the rim there to clean up the miss.
23-6 now. Barren County with just under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Akhmatova with the ball for Warren Central. Gives it out now to Wynn, who's back on the court. Now driving with it to the right side. Almost lost the handle was Posey. Now Akhmatova, long-range right against Abby Varney. Pulls back right. Now drives it, forces up the shot. It's an air ball. Atkinson out of the air with it for the Trojanettes. Atkinson, high, looping down to the pass underneath the Gerald, stops, and she's called for an extra step.
Caught it too far underneath the rim. Tried to pass it, but couldn't gather herself. That's our first turnover of the night. We played a quarter and a half, and just now getting our first turnover.
Got Addison McFall, number 23, a 5'4" sophomore checking in. Riley Wilson, a 5'10" sophomore, wears number 32. And Katie Elmore back in the ball game. So Elmore is the only starter on the court right now for Coach Piper Lindsay with 4:15 to play in the first half. 23-6 lead for Barren. Out top with it is Bailey. Now Bailey gets rid of it to Akhmatova. Akhmatova deep on the right side. Takes it to the corner where she's in a trap and almost does throw it away.
Have not trapped a whole lot tonight. We haven't really needed to because our matchups are really good. We don't have anywhere they can really exploit us offensively. So that time just threw a little wrinkle, an automatic turnover for Central.
McFall with it, out top to Strange, who's back in the court. Here's Bird. Back to McFall on the right wing. Now a couple of dribbles, back out to Elmore, left side. Bird for 3, write it down.
We mentioned that we don't take a whole lot of threes, but we're being efficient tonight. We're 2 of 2.
Another Lee Peoples made 3-point shots, 2 of them this half. And the lead is now 20 for Barren County at 26-6. 3:22 left in the first half. Warren Central with the basketball. Bailey with it on the left side. Gets it back out to Akhmatova. Back to Bailey. Posted down in there is Frosto. They can't find her. Here's a shot. Right side of the free throw line, no good for Tisdale. Barren County ball the other way. As Elmore has it right side, hooks it back to McFall. Left side it goes to Bird. Back out to McFall, top of the key, over to Elmore on the right side. Elmore back out top, Bird straight away with a 3, bottom.
For us to be or have a chance to win the region, I think we've got to find some more three-point shooters. Or not really more shooters. We're not going to play more than we've made. Make more, take more, make more.
Yeah. 29-6, Trojanettes, 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. And Frosto leaves it off in the corner. Tisdale fires a high archer. Gets an air ball. Wilson's got it. Gives it off to Elmore. Elmore. Bounce pass. Right side. Bird. Bird gives it off to Elmore. Now to McFall. She'll try a 3 from the top of the key. That's no good. And rebound comes off to Frosto for Warren Central. Frosto on the right side. Leaves it with Akhmatova. Sends it left over to Bailey. Now a corner. Here's a shot on the way. Good. Knocking that one down is Tisdale. And that's her first 2 points. 29-8 to score. The first bucket or even points of the quarter. Yeah. In the corner is Wilson, right-hand side. Elmore was wide open on the backside. They didn't see her. And now McFall gives it off to Bird. Bird's going to drive to the bucket. Puts it up. It is coming off. Rebound Strange. Back up. No. They got fouled on that one, but they let it go. Tagging a pass off the left side. Driving in, and Elmore just rips it away out of her hands. Taking it up the right side of the floor. Elmore's going to drive all the way in the bucket. Puts it in and one.
Elmore. When she gets ahead of steam, she usually is very successful at getting to the bucket. And that time took the harm with it.
That was on Tisdale, her first, team's first in the quarter. Katie Elmore, a 68% foul shooter on the year, coming to buckets here in the first half for the 5'6" junior. At the line with a chance to make an old-fashioned three-point play with a minute 20 to go here in the first half. The shot is no good, and the rebound comes off to Warren Central as Akhmatova handles it, sends it down the right side, and now cut off by McFall. They feed it down low, and then they lose it out on the floor. McFall reaches in to tie it up. Goes back to Central. The possession arrow with 1:07 to go here in the second quarter. 31-8, Barren. Hannah Bragg will come in for Riley Wilson. And Ashley Atkinson for Katie Elmore. So that's Strange, Atkinson, McFall, Bird, and Bragg on the court. And Warren Central loses out of bounds. Unforced turnover there. Just kind of hit her knee on the inbounds pass and went out of bounds. Coming down to a minute to play here in the first half. Barren County 31, Warren Central 8. Bird gets rid of it to Atkinson. Atkinson. The crossover to the left, picks it up, goes in the middle to Bragg, turns toward the basket. She wants to go inside, can't go, and now back out it comes to McFall. McFall in a trap off the Bird. Bird circles around, trying to go into with a shot and a foul. Trying to make up the numbers. Let's see that's Frosto. Her first, team second, and it will be a 2 shots for Shelby Bird. 8 points here in the quarter for the freshman coming off the bench. Couple of threes. And the first free throw is off the front of the rim. She's a 62% foul shooter. And those 2 threes she made here in the quarter gives her a total of 13 threes on the year. One more for Shelby Bird. It's on the way and got that one for point number 9. And it's 32-8. Katie Giles coming back on the court for Barren for Shelby Bird. 40 seconds left here in the second quarter. 32-8. Barren County with the lead. Working with it out front, Bailey. They give it to Tisdale. Tisdale now goes left side with it. And back out to Tisdale. Tisdale wants to run with it down to the baseline. Cut off by Strange. In trouble. Gives it off in the corner to Frosto. Frosto trying to make a move on Bragg. Drives in. Has it partially blocked from behind. Atkinson got the basketball. And gives to McFall with 11 seconds. Back it comes to Atkinson. Floats it into Bragg. Turns toward the basket. Puts down one dribble. Down to 3 seconds. Down to 2. There's Atkinson throwing it up. It's off the back iron. That's the end of the first half. So after 2 quarters of play, it is Barren County 42, Warren Central 8. We'll come back with a halftime report brought to you by Extreme Cheer following this timeout as you're following the Trojanettes on 104.7 The Score.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real-life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class, hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation, and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials. And I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences, and you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real-world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to grow, and so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning opportunities.
Two in the second period of play. For the Lady Dragons, only 4 field goals the entire first half. They did not shoot a free throw. 2 points each for Ida Akhmadova, 2 points for Diamond Posey, Layla Tisdale, and Deja Ferguson. Barren County Trojanettes had 13 field goals in the first half. 3 of those were 3-point shots. 3 of 6 from the foul line, and there were a total of 9 players got action in the first half for Coach Piper Lindsay. As Shelby Bird came off the bench to lead the Trojanettes in scoring. She had 9 points in that second quarter on 3 baskets. 2 of those were 3-point shots, and she was 1 of 2 from the foul line. 7 points for Abby Varney. She scored all of her points in the first quarter. 3 baskets, 1 of those a 3-point shot, and she was 0 for.
It's not about having kids know content knowledge, like, hey, I memorized this.
Throws for 4 points.
I know that. It's actually basically like a knowledge acquisition process. Do I know how to get knowledge? Do I know how to research? What's my question? How do I know when I've learned this? How do I know when I'm ready to go to the next thing? So for them in the STEAM process, what we look at is, what's our question first? What are we trying to accomplish? What's our goal when it's all said and done? I try to have models for the kids. We discuss things. We look at examples from the real world, and ultimately in the end, they have to figure out the engineering process for themselves. I'll provide them with materials. I'll provide them with instruction, even some direction, but ultimately in the end, they have to build these things, and that's the kind of real world stuff they're going to have to work through. That stuff will take them far beyond what they learn here. It's all about trying things, taking risk, and then applying what you've learned in a classroom to what you do in life, and then being able to develop techniques that you can use outside these walls.
First 10, but we only turned it over 1 ourselves. We got 13 rebounds, 5 of those offense. Wasn't a whole lot of opportunities for rebounds because they didn't take a whole lot of shots. They only took 12 shots in the first half, made 4 of them. And as I said, they had 10 turnovers and 9 rebounds. We did not give up an offensive board to them. I thought we did a really good job blocking out. We did a really good job sharing the basketball. If we have 12 made buckets, I'd say at least half, if not a couple more than half, were assisted. Good job sharing the basketball, running a fast break, not playing out of control, as we said, taking care of the basketball. So defensively, I mentioned earlier, I have no matchup concerns because we've done a really good job with those, staying in front, handing off a couple times, communication with who we've got, where we need to be has been really good. The one time we threw a wrinkle in there, we got a turnover out of it. So I think it can be safe to say on defense we know the assignments, but I think they can also be said we knew the assignment coming in tonight. We knew they were struggling. We knew in some aspects it's a completely different way to say it, but we're struggling too. But everybody has different expectations. Our expectation is we shouldn't have lost the game on Friday night. Our expectation is we have to learn from it and grow from it and get better. Tonight's an opportunity to do that. You don't want to develop bad habits in a game like tonight, and we're not. We're doing what we need to. Like I said, we know the assignment. We're taking care of things. We're taking care of business. Only giving up 8 points in a quarter, scoring 4 times that many. I think you're in solid control of the game, and a lot of people are going to get opportunities to play down the stretch. We probably will get pretty close to a run clock, if not get it early on in the third, and then you turn your sights to what we got, 3 district games left. And when the first of those 3 is Friday night, I think we go Glasgow, Allen, and then we've got Glasgow later in February. So it's hard to believe we're probably at a halfway point in the season, but we're getting pretty close to playing 13 games so far. This is our 14th. You're getting really close to the halfway point of the season here early on in January.
Yeah. You mentioned Glasgow. That's Friday night, and that's a Hall of Fame night, Athletic Hall of Fame. That'll be going on between games on Friday night, and it's the first home game we've had since December the 15th. Of course, the guys played on the 16th, but the last doubleheader we had, so it's almost been a month since Barren County's been at home for any basketball. And there will be a bowling green next Tuesday night. But we also insert Bluegrass Blazers in there on Monday night for the Trojans, and hopefully the weather will cooperate and we'll be able to get all the ball games in. They're talking about some snow, maybe some cold weather coming in Sunday night, Monday. We'll just have to wait and see. But Glasgow's the big game on Friday night for the Trojans and Trojanettes, and then again Monday night Bluegrass Blazers, and then Tuesday night. This will be our 5th trip to Bowling Green in 2 weeks. And I don't think that's ever happened before, other than coming to the regional tournament, every night for a week and a half. But nevertheless, Glasgow, big district doubleheader on Friday night. Girls game will be at 6 for the boys game to follow. And it's also Athletic Hall of Fame night as well. We will...
I'm super proud of what we've been able to build in the last few years in our program. Our goal has always been to set students up for success. But what this does is I think it is a game changer because it creates that next step of connections for students to what we're doing in the curriculum and allows them to really see hands-on what nobody else gets to see.
I've absolutely loved the past 4 years being in biomed. I have got so many wonderful opportunities and it's prepared me so much for my future.
I really feel like our rigorous curriculum really prepares them for med school, physical therapy school, pretty much any graduate medical degree. Our table is a great asset. It's really just a really good supplement to help their learning.
Barren County High School is very fortunate to offer multiple career pathways. The biomedical pathway is just one of those, but our focus is always to have students hands-on experience that prepare them directly for the career that they're going to have when they graduate.
I really like the hands-on aspect because I have several students, particularly this year, being that we do have such large gaps from our COVID time, that are having some trouble with reading. They struggle to do that. So when we do the hands-on and they're able to see the models and to watch me do it, that is taken completely out of the equation, and it gives them the confidence to really shine and do all these smaller tasks.
Building that foundation of how students can use science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, making those connections with the classroom teachers and what they're doing in their classrooms as well. And sometimes they don't have the time to do those project-based type things. In our STEAM lab, they're able to do that. And then also with our Project Lead the Way, students are really thinking about how to build and solve real-world problems, presented with scenarios, and then they have to problem solve and come up with solutions as a team. And so we're really excited about laying that foundation here at Temple Hill this year.
.32, Warren Central 8, as we get ready for the second half. This third quarter, sponsored by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Jay Turner along with Robert Bauer as we're high above courtside here at Tim Riley Court. Max is our studio producer. Barren County will go back with Atkinson, Elmore, Jales, Varney, and Strange. Barren County with a basketball to start the second half. Here's Elmore, guarded closely out front, takes it to the right side, bounces it off to Varney, gets a screen from Strange, curls around to the left side, almost lost the handle, bounces back to Atkinson, 17-footer, is off the mark. Hockman over the rebound for Warren Central. Push it down the floor to the right side, driving to the bucket, has it blocked by Varney. And Abby Varney racing down the floor to the left side with it for the Trojanettes, takes it to the hoop and puts it up. It's no good, but a foul. They put it on Frosto, I believe, her second, team's first of the third quarter. Barren County did not commit a foul in the first half, and only 4 committed against Warren Central in the first half. Varney at the line for 2 shots. First one is good. 33-8. Second shot in the air. Good again for Abby Varney. Varney been shooting almost 72% from the foul line. She's made 2 of 3 tonight. And it's 34-8, Trojanettes. Just underway here in the second half. Warren Central with the basketball. It's Bailey. Needs something going. It is Akhmadova on the right side. Akhmadova guarded by Varney. They go in the middle of Frosto. On the left side, here's Posey putting it up and it drops in. 34-10. 1 minute gone here in the second half. As Elmore had it smacked loose, and it's going to be taken by Posey. And then trying to reach in and take it away. Down on the floor, jump ball, possession back to Central.
Possession point, Central.
It was sloppy that trip.
Yeah, a little slow start, but that's going to happen when you, as I mentioned, had scored quadruple the number of points as the other team in the first half. You kind of are going to try to put it in cruise control the rest of the game, but you got to get at least over the hump of maybe run a clock.
Pass knocked away by Giles. They try to go down home and block to Frosto.
And to be honest with you, we probably got more people here than they do. It's not going to be an energetic atmosphere. You're going to have to bring the energy here at this point in the game to see if you get turnovers and not let them score.
Well, the inbounds pass goes off the leg of Bailey and out of bounds. So turnover will go to the Trojanettes. Layla Tisdale checks back into the Lady Dragon lineup. She'll come in for Ferguson, who just checked out. Katie Elmore works it across the timeline on the right side, bounces it off to Atkinson behind the arc, feeds it to a breaking Varney. She missed the shot, tapped out. Here's Elmore underneath the string. She puts it up, it's blocked, and is tipped out of bounds by the Trojanettes. Varney and Giles were going for it. Lost it out of bounds underneath third basket.
And a couple of good looks, but where the Finn did, some of them maybe even deflected.
34-10, Barren County. Akhmadova, left side over to Bailey. That now comes to Posey. Back around here, knocked away by Varney. Trying to go to Akhmadova. She'll take it to the basket, puts it up and in.
Go ahead. She was quicker with the ball than the others without to get our first bucket of the quarter.
And Varney with 11 points makes it 36-10, Trojanettes. Over out front on the left side. Still on the dribble. Gets rid of it over to Posey. Down in the corner goes to Tisdale. Tisdale, one dribble, gets into a trap. Ball's deflected, goes in the hands of Varney. She'll bring it up against Posey. Takes it to the left side. Dumps it to Strange. Works it into the paint. Out to Giles. She drives into the paint. Runner. Got it.
Had a look at a three. It was a little bit more contested. Probably not a great shot. And made a move to get into the middle of the paint. She likes that little one-handed run.
6 points for Katie Giles. It's now 38-10. Barren County stretching it out here. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Warren Central with the basketball. It's Tisdale gets rid of it in the corner. The ball knocked out of bounds by Varney. They try to go back to Akhmadova. And coming back in for Coach Anthony Hickey now is Caitlin Wynn. As she came in for Tisdale. Right side with is Bailey. Halfway in the corner. Works against Giles. Bounces it back out to Akhmadova. Top of the key. On the left side to Bailey. Bailey goes to the left elbow and then comes back out with it. Hands it back off to Akhmadova. She wants to drive. Gets cut off. Now leaves it out there. Working, trying to penetrate in the lane. Ball gets away. Oh, we're going to get a foul here. And put it on Atkinson. That's the first foul on the Trojanettes the entire night.
I was going to say, I was looking down at your seat to see how many we had. I knew it wasn't any of it all. There's not a whole lot of fouls called the whole game.
Only 4 the first half on Central. And the ball knocked away inside. Strange came up with it. Here's Elmore. Long pass down to Atkinson. Hooks it over to Varney. Feeds it to Giles. Giles gets double teamed. Has to kick it back out. Strange from the left elbow. She hits it.
On a fast break, you'd ideally love to get a layup, but the more time you pass it, it gives the defense time to catch up. And it ended up in that fast break. The 15-foot shot that Strange made was a better shot than anybody.
And it's 40 to 10, a 30-point lead for Barren County. Half the quarter gone here in the third. Bailey with the basketball for Central out between the circles.
You'd like to get the running clock, get some subs in, and kind of...
Shelby Bird and Hannah Bragg getting ready to check back in. Barney saved it and going out of bounds. He's going to take it to the basket, puts it a double bump from behind there, but no call. Barney gets point number 13.
I think that was actually getting ready to go out of bounds, and the officials who's part of the court happened to get it deflected off.
That's right. Timeout by Warren Central. Barren County has pushed it out to a 32-point lead, only 3 points away from a running clock with 3:40 to play here in the third quarter, 42 to 10. Join James Brown and John Butler for the Brown Sports Bag, an hour-long sports show every Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock on 104.7 The Score. Also get the local news, information about local events, and much more that you need to know from Barren County and Glasgow online by logging on to GlasgowNews1.com.
In for Barren County, number 24, Shelby Bird. Number 4, Hannah Bragg.
Shelby Bird came off the bench there in the second quarter, knocked down a couple of threes at 2, was 1 of 2, actually led the scoring from the Trojanettes in the first half with 9 points. 3.5 to go here in the third period, 42 to 10, Barren. Out top with it for Warren Central. Left side, Akhmadova launches a 3. I don't know if that's a pass or a shot. It looked like more of a pass, but nowhere near the rim, and Barren County will get the basketball.
I think that was one of the first threes, maybe the first three that they've attempted.
That was an awful-looking shot, though. I mean, got it back behind her head and threw it up there. Backdoor pass, Elmore gets knocked to the floor. That's a nice pass. And Posey commits a foul. That's number 2, second of the quarter. Barren County had the basketball. Elmore gets it into Strange, and she has it taken away. Got double team down low, and had it blocked. Here's Akhmadova running into Bird. Oh, it could be a block on Shelby Bird. Her first, team second of the quarter. And Akhmadova being asked the free throw line. First free throws for Warren Central tonight. She's a 60% foul shooter on the year. And the first shot is good.
Pretty convincing in that attempt, watching the replay, that was a charge. You don't see a whole lot of charges in girls' games, no?
And Akhmadova cans both free throws, make it 42 to 12. 2:55 to go in the third period. Elmore works it across the line against Posey, left side of the floor. They're trying to go into Bird in a lot of traffic. Here's Akhmadova. Elmore trying to cut her off. Shot goes up and it rolls in for Akhmadova.
I said we'd get to the running clock, but we're actually
on to now. It's 42 to 14. It's down to 28. Elmore leaves it with Bird. Bird reverses back to Elmore. Finds Strange. She gets bumped. That foul will be on Frosto, her third, team's third of the quarter. Taylor Strange will head to the free throw line. A 63% foul shooter on the season for the Trojanettes. A couple here. First one on the way. Good. So McFall checks into the Trojanette lineup for Katie Elmore. 43-14, Strange with a second of 2. It's too strong. Rebound comes off to Frosto for Warren Central. Dova brings it across. Right side with it is Bailey. They threw it down low. Frosto with a spin move. Shot goes up. No. Rebound to Atkinson. Atkinson gets it across the line, feeds it to Bird on the right side. Bird now goes into Strange with a spin move and a whistle. Oh, offensive foul. Taylor Strange.
14, Taylor Strange. It's her first, team's third.
Third of the quarter for Barren County.
In for Barren County, number 32,
Riley Wilson. And Abby Varney come back into the Trojanette lineup.
Had a tough little stretch here. We turned it over, missed some shots, and they've actually cut into our lead.
Working inside, a partially blocked shot. Burns got it for the Trojanettes. Now stops and feeds it to McFall. McFall finds Wilson down low, hit the bottom of the backboard, grabs it back, sends it out to McFall from 15. It's good. Allison McFall getting in the scorebook. It is 45-14 Barren County. Down a minute 23 to go here in the third period. Dover, right side, will give and go. Takes it underneath, trying to reverse it up. And we're going to have a foul on Abby Varney. Her first, team's fourth of the quarter. Got 7 fouls called in this quarter.
After not even 7 total.
2 first half. First shot goes up and in for Alcmadova. She's 3 for 3. Averages 14 points a game. 45-15, and the second shot also good. 45-16. Down a minute 13 to play in the third. Abby Varney with it for the Trojanettes. Side is Bird. Now here's Varney with it on the left. Fast pass down low. Bragg kicks it back out to McFall. Fakes, drives into the paint. Loops it back over to Bird. In the corner goes to Wilson. And it's broken up. Try to get a Bragg down low in the block. Barren County with a turnover. 47 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 45-16 Trojanettes. Moldova. Bounce pass. Turning with it is Frosto. Backs away on the dribble. Gives it back to Akhmadova with 30 seconds to play. And some pressure. Takes it to the right side. There's a three-point attempt in the air. Good for Frosto. Maybe just her first three-pointer that she's made this year. 45-19. Underneath and a lot of traffic. Varney. They've got fouled but no call. Frosto out of the window with 2 seconds. Mid-court shot by Akhmadova. Falls short. That's the end of the third quarter. And after 3, it's Barren County 45. Warren Central 19. We'll return to the fourth quarter after this.
We start working all the way from kindergarten, and they start doing, if it's building the 3 little pigs houses and they have to build something and test it and all of these sorts of things, they start that kind of problem-solving skills really young. We do a lot of group work, so they have to collaborate, they have to learn how to work well together, how to compromise. It's been really cool kind of seeing them kind of come in to kind of get all kinds of things. And plus it kind of prepares them, it kind of shows them like different career options and a lot of things that they've never thought about before. And so when we're doing Project Lead the Way and we're studying engineering, we'll pull up scientists and we'll pull up astronauts, and we've watched.
It's the South Central Bank fourth quarter. South Central Bank, smart enough to know you, big enough to help. Trojanettes 45, Lady Dragons 19. With Warren Central and Bowling Green. Elmore bounces out. Varney thought about the 3, drives left of the lane, goes under, puts up the shot, got bumped, no call. Frosto out of the unit for Warren Central. Pretty even the third quarter. Barren County outscored Central 13-11. Down on the floor, a turnover. Atkinson off to Varney. Varney feeds it off underneath. Here's Gerald, puts it up and rolls off the back of the rim. And Frosto with a rebound. Moldova trying to split the defenders. Varney comes up with it, feeds it to Atkinson, drives under, gets put up, shot good, and a foul. Moldova commits her second personal, first foul of the fourth quarter against the Lady Dragons.
It's her second, team's first of the quarter.
47-19. And Atkinson, 6 of 16 from the line on this season for the 5'8" sophomore. Free throw good. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. for Ann Ashley Atkinson. It is 48-19. 7:12 remaining in the basketball game. Agmadova in a trap, right side, goes to Posey. Posey has it stolen away by Elmore. Bird off now to Atkinson. Long looping pass left side, goes over the head of Bird and out of bounds.
We got 5 turnovers in about the last 4 minutes. We didn't have but one the whole first half, and that occurred late in the first.
Yeah. Barren County with Atkinson, Bird, Strange, Gerald, and Elmore on the court right now. They go 1-3-1 as Akhmatova in the 1-3-1 half-court trap trying to spin it. Goes in the middle, losing the handle on it, and the ball's going to roll to the baseline. Gerald saves it going out of bounds. Here's Atkinson with it. Atkinson on the right side. Hooks it across the lane over to Bird. That gives to Elmore. Elmore trying to work under and loses it out of bounds.
I don't mind the 1-3-1. I think we need to do that a little bit more. I'd like to see us do it at Warren East the other night. We're going to have to, Warren does a good job throwing some wrinkles in with his 1-2-2 and a half courts to get some energy going sometimes. The girls may need to start doing something very similar as we get a jump ball here and they'll go back to Central.
Possession Warren Central.
Down to 6:19 to play. Barren County 48, Warren Central 19.
Not time to do it because we're up 30. I think it's just a situational practice with the group that we have on. Good turnovers, maybe.
Ball gets knocked away. Loose ball scramble for, and possession going to Barren. 6:08 to play. 48-19. We got the guys coming up next. It ought to be a good one with the Trojans and the Dragons, the 2 and 3 teams ranked in the 4th region this week. As Elmore works it on the left side. Bounce pass left elbow. Jaros off the Bird. Turns and fires a 3. It won't go. Rebound to Akhmatova. Using a trap. Gets rid of the basketball to Frosto. Hooks it left side. They go down to the corner now. And now they throw it back out around the perimeter. They go into the corner to Bailey. Bailey needs some help. She's in a trap. And gets a timeout called here by Coach Anthony Hickey. 5:38 to play in the basketball game. Barren County 48, Warren Central 19. Trojanettes were a 29-point favorite according to the Lexington Herald leader Dave Cantrell ratings, and that's what they lead by right now, 29.
We've been hovering around that all night. Exert a whole lot of energy, a lot of play, but you like to see everybody get to play because you put the game away, but it's been over probably a long time. Put away and over is maybe just a slightly different thought pattern. Yeah.
Right now, Elmore, Gerald, Strange, Atkinson, and Bird on the courts. You're listening to and watching our broadcast, 12:30 a.m., 104.7 FM, WCDS Glasgow, online at 104thescore.com, and BC Live. There's Akhmatova off the front of the rim twice. Falling down with it was her teammate Frostro, and then the ball got away. They got a foul, and it's going to be on Posey. Her third, team second of the quarter. 5:22 to play. Elmore, bounce pass off the Bird, the right wing. Gets a screen from Gerald. Dribbles across the key. Goes right side with it over to Atkinson. Atkinson reverses it back out. Hooks it back down. It's knocked away by Akhmatova. They hit the back with teammate. And she grabbed the ball, and she's out in front of everybody. Goes in for left-handed layup to it. 48-21. 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter as Atkinson handles the basketball. Works it on the left side against Ben, who's back on the court now. There's Bird driving in, and a shot blocked and a foul. Shelby Bird will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. 4 fouls on Brianna Frosto. Third foul of the quarter for Lady Dragons. Shelby Bird at the line. 62% foul shooting. Made 1 of 2 back in the second quarter. This free throw's in and out. Wilson and Addison McFall checking back around the court for the Trojanettes. 4:44 to go. Barren County up by 27. Here's Bird back in the line for one more shot. It's on the way and got that one. It's in double figures with 10. It is 49-21. Dola gives it off to Bailey. Running a trap back to Moldova from the left side of the free throw line. Shot no good. Strange with a rebound off to McFall. McFall into the front court against Posey. Gives to Elmore. Elmore on the right side, driving down the baseline, goes under, puts it up and in.
We didn't really set a screen for her, but we got our kids, our defenders out of the way. They ran with us. The old NASCAR defense, you just chase whoever's around you and clear the lane for it.
Ball gets ricocheted off the leg of Elmore. She has it 3-on-1. Elmore, bounce pass, underneath to Bird. Missed the shot. Rebound put back up. No good for Wilson. Back up again. No. Back up again and in. And it goes back up to a 32-point lead of 53-21. With 3:54 to play.
It's our first timeout we've used all night, I think.
This timeout brought to you by the People's Bank. The People's Bank, your local community bank working for you. And after tonight's ball games, we'll be home for the first time since December the 15th. So doubleheader, District 15 doubleheader against Glasgow.
We've probably been in Bowling Green over the last 2 weeks more than some of the Bowling Green schools have played down here.
That's probably true. It's supposed to be back down here next Tuesday night at Bowling Green. That'll be my 3rd trip to Bowling Green High School this season. 53-21. Bird takes it away out of that trap. Drives against Akhmadova, puts it up. It is no good. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be last touch by Bragg, they say, and it'll be Lady Dragon basketball. 3:40 left. Barren County up by 32. That's been the largest lead. Frosto splits the defenders, takes it into the key, goes on the baseline, shot over the rim, grabbed out of the air by Wilson, gets rid of it to McFall. As McFall brings it in front court, left side he goes to Bird. Bird now stops, sends it back over to Varney. Varney bounces down low into Bragg, back to Varney, fakes the 3, moves in baseline, skipped off the arm of Bragg, but McFall was there to get on the right side of the floor. Back to Bird, splits the defenders, goes up, and it's going to be a foul here. And if it's on Frosto, that's all for her.
It's got to be.
It will be the 5th foul on Frosto. She'll foul out with a 3-point basket that she made back in the 3rd quarter.
It's our 2nd one of the year. I look back on the stats there.
F1 Central number 5. Layla Tisdale. Amber Barron.
Reagan Griffiths, number 25, a 5'9" freshman, is checked into the Trojan lineup. And also in for Barren is number 5, Audrey Jones, a 5'3" freshman. Free throws good for Shelby Bird. Make it 54-21. Second free throw toss, also good. So number 22, a 5'4" freshman, comes into the Trojanet lineup. We have 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores in the court for Barren with 2:55 still to play in a 55-21 ball game. And that ball goes too wide right into the Warren Central bench. Next made shot will start a running clock with only 2:50 to play in the game. Ferguson checking back in for Warren Central. Jones feeds it into Wilson. Over to Griffiths, back to Jones, to McFall. Left side, Hannah Wilson to Riley Wilson, left of the lane, and a bad pass. And taking it is Posey to the basket, too high off the window, put up and in by Akhmadova. She's got 12 of Warren Central's 23 points. And it's 55-23. Somebody's going to get the ball on a turnover. Nobody was back there to help McFall. And the shot is no good as it was kind of lost it on the way up. Here's McFall. Hands it off over to Hannah Wilson. Rather to Jones, that is. Jones now gives to Wilson for three. No good. And another offensive rebound. Put up and in by Audrey Jones. 57-23. A minute 50 to play here in the basketball game. On the left side is Bailey. She's going to Hannah Wilson. Right side, Akhmadova driving against McFall. Stops and puts up the shot. It's no good. Wilson the rebound. That was Riley Wilson with the rebound. McFall out front with it now. The minute 25 to play. Griffiths feeds it to a breaking Wilson. Missed the shot, and it's rebounded by Warren Central. Akhmadova off to Bailey. A three, actually inside the three-point line. No good there for Tisdale. Offensive rebound by Ferguson, and she lost it out of bounds.
Warren Central number 10, Zamaria Jenkins-Beeson.
Zamaria Jenkins-Beeson, number 10, and the ball came for Warren Central. Hannah Bragg returns for the Trojanettes. Down to a minute 8. Barren County 57, Warren Central 23. McFall. Right side over to Griffiths, feeds it down to Bragg. She puts it in.
We got to catch it. We got to lead them to the bucket, catch it up high, and work on some of those post moves so we can get some of those buckets in that manner.
And the running clock just started with 50 seconds to go in the game. 59-23. Warren Central with the basketball. Here's a shot missed. And on the rebound was Posey there. Moved it back out to Tisdale. Tisdale's driving to the right side and has a shot blocked. And came against her. That was McFall forcing the turnover.
She just dribble it out here, and that'll be all she wrote with a 36-point W.
Yep. 59-23. 10 seconds to play. As McFall has it in the backcourt, bounces it off. There to Hannah Wilson. She'll just hold it for the remaining 2 seconds. There's the buzzer, and that's the ball game. Barren County 59, Warren Central 23, as the Trojanettes improve to 10-4 on the year. Warren Central drops to 3-8. We'll be back with a post-game report brought to you by CPC Commodities. We'll talk with Coach Piper Lindsay. Coach's comments brought to you by McDonald's. Following this timeout on 104 The Score.
Launches on TV and just stuff like that to kind of show them that there's kind of a big world out there and there's all kinds of places and things that they can do.
What I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the
We just kind of clean slate, let's forget about what happened, and we've just got to be a better team, and that's kind of been the whole mindset. And I thought today we just shared the basketball tremendously. I think at one time at the very beginning, all 7 kids that were on the floor at one time had scored. We were spraying the ball ahead, we were kicking it out when we were getting doubled, which was one thing we worked on for 20 minutes yesterday. If 2 people are on you, somebody's open.
That's right.
And so, again, and I thought it was successful.
Well, you've got, let's see, I believe there's 10 different Trojanettes scored tonight, so that's good. That's good scoring when you get that many, and you had a chance to play everybody tonight, too.
Yeah, and it was very balanced, too. I mean, it's not like one person's got this much, and then we've got a bunch of twos. It's, it's sporadic, and again, that's what we were talking about. Like, it's hard to guard 5 people when they are all scoring, and, Abby scored, all right, then, and Ashley scores, and then, Elmo scores, and KT, Taylor, Shelby, whoever it is, I thought we just did a good job of finding the open person, and it's amazing what happens when you get open looks, and it's also amazing what happens, when you're positive and you're encouraging, and that's, we want to share the basketball, we want to celebrate the small victories, and that's kind of been the focus since Friday.
Well, we've got a little bit of time, not a whole lot of time, to get ready for the Glasgow Lady Scotties on Friday night. Another big district game for you to try to bounce back, get back in the win column with another win.
Yeah, and they are very guard-oriented. They shoot the ball well. They play so hard. I actually watched a little film on them today. They get after you, and they don't stop quitting, or they don't stop fighting. They continue the whole time, and they shoot the ball. I think they hit 9 threes the other night against Allen. So, we've got it. We'll definitely have our hands full, and like you said, we've got a couple days to prepare for them, and definitely a big game for us. But again, we don't want to make it bigger than what it is. We're just playing a basketball game, and we're going to try to do us, and we just got to get better.
You got to take care of yourself.
That's exactly right.
Well, Coach, congratulations to you. We'll see you on Friday night.
All right, Jay. Thank you.
All right. Coach Piper Lindsay, the Trojanettes winning 59-23 over Warren Central tonight as we continue our post-game coverage. Coach's comments brought to you by McDonald's. Enjoy a meal today at McDonald's on Smith Road as our post-game report brought to you by CPC, proven our farm made for yours. Looking at the scoring tonight, Barren County led 15-6 at the end of the first quarter, 32-8 at halftime. It was 45-19 after 3, and they outscored Warren Central 14-4 in that final quarter to win 59-23. The Lady Dragons with 9 field goals in the basketball game. They were 4 for 4 from the foul line. Ida Akhmatova had 12 of Warren Central's 23 points. She had 4 baskets, 4 of 4 from the foul line. 4 points each for Deja Ferguson and Diamond Posey. 3 for Brianna Frosto, and Layla Tisdale scored 2. For the Trojanettes tonight, 23 field goals, 3 3-pointers, 10 of 15 from the foul line, and a couple of players in double figures. Abby Varney finishing with 13, 5 baskets, 1 of those a 3-point shot. She was 2 of 3 from the foul line. Shelby Bird came off the bench and scored 12. She had 9 of those in the second quarter on 2 threes and a 2, and 1 of 2 from the foul line. She made 3 of 4 free throws in the fourth quarter. 7 points for Ann Ashley Atkinson, 3 baskets, 1 for 1 from the foul line. 6 points each for Katie Elmore and Katie Gerald, 5 for Taylor Strange, 4 for Hannah Bragg, and 2 each for Addison McFall, Riley Wilson, and Audrey Jones.
Stat-wise, real quick, we were 23 of 52 for 44%. Hit half of our threes, 3 of 6, all of those there in the first half. We held in the 9 of 30. 30%, 1 of 3 from distance. We turned it over 10, which is probably too many down the stretch, but we forced them into 24. Out-rebounded them by 6, 28-22, had 11 offensive boards, and only gave up 3 offensive boards to Warren Central. So, as Piper said, kind of put the loss on Friday night a little bit in the rear view. You can't focus on what's behind you. You got to focus on what is in front of you, and that's a big district game Friday night at home, finally, against Glasgow to right the ship. Start a new streak, if you will. You know, we can't lament too much on again, what happened, and you just got to focus on ourselves getting better, and if we hang our head about what happened, that one loss becomes multiple losses, and we don't necessarily want that to happen.
Right. 59-23 the final score. Time to name the MVP of the game. Brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jamie Harris.
I'm going to do something different. I don't think I've done this year. You mentioned the number of kids that scored. Piper talked about, and we mentioned earlier, how well he passed the ball. I think it's just a good team bounce back win, so I'm going to give it to everybody tonight because I think it took a team effort to kind of get over Friday night, get back to the gym, get back to, as Piper said, basics, and just get a W. And the team is going to be what puts us and tries to get back to that number one spot in the region. And ultimately, at the end of the year, it doesn't matter where we are now, it matters where we are at the end, and it's going to be the team that does that, not one specific player.
I agree. Well, when we come back, we're going to get set for the Trojans and the Dragons, the 2 and 3 rated teams in Region 4 this week. Warren Central's rated 2, Barren County's rated 3, and only about 2 points separate the two teams. There's Bowling Green number 1 again this week in the 4th region poll. We'll come back. We'll have the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown and tip-off as you are following the Trojans on 104 The Score. After winning all 3 games last week on the road at South Warren last Tuesday, Warren East on Friday to keep the Trojans undefeated in District 15 at 3-0. And at Bowling Green on Saturday against Nashville Whites Creek, the Trojans make their 4th trip to Bowling Green in a week to take on the defending state champions, the Warren Central Dragons. Hi once again, everybody, from high above courtside at Dragon Gym. Jay Turner alongside Robert Bauer acts as our studio producer, and this is the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off. Barren County is 10-3 on the season. Coach Warren Cunningham's team made 10 threes on Saturday and moved to a 62-49 win over Nashville Whites Creek in the German American Bank Classic at Bowling Green High Arena. The Trojans shot 50% overall on 24 of 48 with 10 of 24 behind the arc. Bray Bewley and Mason Bunch each had 14 points, and both had 4 3-pointers in the game. Tate Spillman and Graham Hall were also in double figures with 10 points each. Bewley was 4 of 6 on threes, and Bunch was 4 of 7 behind the arc. Bewley also had a team-high 9 rebounds. Warren Central under 13th year head coach William Unseld, 292 wins, 99 losses overall. May only have a 3-5 record, but WKU commit Kate Unseld is the only starter back. It remains for the 36-1 state championship team last year. Just returned to the squad after recovering from an injury, along with Bowling Green transfer Elijah Starks, who just became eligible. They also have another transfer from Bowling Green and Drevin Brett. And those 3 players combined are averaging a total of 58 points per game. The Trojans started the season, the Dragons started the season 0-4 before Unseld and Starks joined the team and have since won 3 of their last 4 games. Warren Central defeated District 14 opponent Greenwood on Friday night, 82-61, and Wayne County on Saturday night, 87-68. In the Greenwood game, the Dragons shot 62.5% of the field on 35 of 56 and hit 12 of 22 from three-point range. And in the Wayne County game, the Dragons shot 57.5% on 31 of 54 and 11 of 20 on threes. They lost to number 1 ranked Lyon County and UK commit Travis Perry, who scored 37 in that game a couple of weeks ago, is 87-74, despite the Dragons shooting 62%, hitting 11 threes. Well, the state champs were defeated by George Rogers Clark last March, or state runner-up to GRC 2 years ago, losing by just 1 point in Rupp Arena. The Dragons have won 14 Region 4 titles since 1999. They also hold a commanding 23-5 record against Barren County. Warren Central has won 7 of the last 8 and the last 3 in a row, winning last year 88-43. The Trojans last win over Warren Central 3 years ago in 3 overtimes, 63-59. The other 4 wins are in 99-08, twice in 16. Warren Central, as I mentioned, ranked 2nd in the region this week, behind their 14th district foe Bowling Green, while Barren County is ranked 3rd. The Dragons have made 34 3-point shots the past 3 games, while the Trojans have hit 28. So the question is, could we see a barrage of threes by both teams tonight? This will probably be the toughest opponent the Trojans have faced this year, other than maybe Elizabethtown, now with the addition of Unseld and Bowling Green transfer Starks in the lineup. So we'll see.
I think it's fair to say. Last year, I think it's very easy to say that they could have beat a lot of small college teams. They were, last 2 years even, they've been really, really good. Unseld's the best player in the region to me. I think Western did a great job getting him. He'll be a great player there for the next few years. The last kid that went there from Warren Central was a star at Western. Ended up playing in the NFL. But I think this is a great measuring stick game for us tonight. By all measures, we have exceeded expectations on the boys' side. We're fun to watch. I don't want this to be a distractor for anybody. I think this will be by far our toughest game. You mentioned that you can't really look at their record. They were at some points, they were out of the top 5 in the region in some of the polls. But that's just because of the schedule they played, and they lost 2 out of 3. They've won 2 out of the last 3, and you mentioned the one game they've lost with Unseld and Starks was the number 1 team in the state. So they are really good. They're really athletic. They have some great length. They got a point guard that can really handle it. There was a backup last year. He's very capable. They're, like I said, athletic. They're long. We got to handle the ball. And here's what I really want to see us do. I know we come in here, we're all tight. We're playing the top team, and we'll end up being a top team in the region, the top team in the state, and we're tight about it. Just play loose, and whatever happens, happens. If you hit 5 threes, you hit 5 threes. If you hit 15, you hit 15. They shoot over 50%. They can really shoot the ball. They don't average a ton of points a game, but that number is definitely going to go up with their kids back. And you just see where you are. It's January. I said to the girls, it doesn't matter where we are in January. It matters where we are in March. So just see where you are and see where you got to get to, and have fun with it. If you lose by 15, you lose by 15. If you lose by 2, you win by 5. whatever that is, it's just going to be something you can put in your pocket and say, here's what we got to do better moving forward.
Right. We'll be back as we continue our Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off. We'll come back with tonight's starting lineups of tonight's game between the Barren County Trojans and the Warren Central Dragons. We're in the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off. Tip off the season with huge savings and score big at Don Franklin Glasgow. They're following the Trojans and Trojanettes on 104 The Score.
Class, hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation, and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials, and I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences, and you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real-world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop, and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to grow, and so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning.
Season here at Warren Central. As I mentioned, 292 wins, 99 losses. He's had 3 district titles, but he's had 6 regional titles, which is kind of odd. You'd think they'd win as many district as they would region, but between them and Bowling Green, it's always been a dogfight year after year between those two schools in the finals of the 4th region tournament. The Dragons have lost to Bowling Green more times than they've defeated Bowling Green in the regional championship. They also have 3 region runners-up. William Unseld, the Dragons, of course, the state champions from last year. They were state runner-up 2 years ago, and they've won 3 of their last 4 ball games. The starting lineup looks this way for the Dragons tonight. Kate Unseld, a 6'6 senior, 18 points a game in only 3 games he's played in. Elijah Starks, a 6'5 senior. He's only played in 3 games, but he's averaging 20.5 points a game and 9 rebounds. He's a transfer from Bowling Green who just became eligible here this semester. Griffin Pratt, number 0, a 6'4 senior, averaging almost 20 points a game, 9 rebounds. Another transfer from Bowling Green. Caden Hammer, number 13, a 5'8 senior, averages 10, and Braylon Ford's a 6'3 senior, averaging 7 points a game for the Dragons. Warren Cunningham in his 16th season as head coach of the Barren County Trojans. His assistant coaching staff, Matt Gardner, Jared Browning, and Gavin Lithrow. Starting lineup goes this way. Tate Spillman, a 6-foot junior, number 5, averaging 16 points a game. Bray Bewley, number 3, a 6-foot junior, averaging 10.4. Mason Punch, a 6'4 senior, 8 points, 4.5 rebounds. He wears number 4. Graham Hall, a 6'5 senior, wears number 10, 7.5 points and 6 rebounds. And Cade Hardy, number 32, a 5'11 sophomore, averaging 5.2 points a game. Warren Central averages 64 points a game. They give up 66.5, but that was mainly through those first 4 ball games of the season. They shoot an amazing 51% from the field. They've made 59 threes, but 34 of those have been in the last 3 ball games. They shoot 61.5% of the foul line, and they average 32.6 rebounds a game. The Trojans are averaging 65 points a game. Their opponents average 52.5. They shoot 43.3% of the field. The Trojans have made 131 threes on the season, shooting 34% for an average of 10 threes a game, 67.5% of the foul line, and 28.5 rebounds a game. And the Dragons are favored in this one. If you look at the Lexington Herald Leader Cantrell ratings, it shows the Dragons a 2-point favorite over the Trojans. And they just moved up to number 2 in the past couple of weeks because of the additions of Unseld and Starks in the lineup now. But as we talked about, 58 points between those 3 guys, Unseld, Starks, and Bratton per ball game.
It's awful hard to guard them. You heard Piper say when 5 kids out there are able and capable to score, it makes it hard to guard because you really can't help off of anybody, and that's what Warren Central does well. But actually, conversely, I think our kids do it too. Yeah, I think we've got 5 kids out there that are top 2
point shooting teams in the league.
Yeah, and if you get in a competition with them, you're actually going to hurt yourself. Just because they go make one don't mean you have to go down and make another. It's just got to come in the flow of the game. You run your offense, you guard them. If they make a shot, go back and just get the best shot you can. It doesn't have to be 3 for 3.
Right. Warren Central down to our left in white uniforms with gray numbers outlined in navy blue. And the Trojans down to our right with burgundy uniforms, white numbers, and letters outlined in gold. To miss the girls' game, Trojanettes won 59-23 over the Warren Central Lady Dragons. The officials for tonight's game, the same 3 we had in the girls' game. Of course, the 2 veteran officials, Barry Vincent and Adam Ryder. And the officials are sponsored by Monticello Banking Company, NBC, a proud supporter of Barren County basketball. And we'll get ready for the Farmers RACC Jackie Brown and Memorial Limited tip-off. And our first quarter of action tonight brought to you by German American Bank, supporting the communities we serve and believe that the community thrives as people prosper. Barren County moving right to left, Warren Central left to right. We see it high above courtside here from Tim Wiley Court. And the tap controlled by the Dragons. And they'll set it up with Bratton, giving it out to Hammer. Hammer out of the dribble on the right side of the floor. Gives it to Starks. Starks back down in the corner to Hammer. Now Hammer gets rid of it to Unseld. Unseld brings it back out. Tate Spillman with the assignment on him. Ball tipped away by Bunch. They try to go down low there to Bratton. And they will stay with the Dragons.
Tate's got that tough matchup. 6 foot against 6'6".
Yeah. Here's the lob coming into Starks. Starks hands it off to Hammer, top of the key. Gives to Unseld in the paint. Lobs it down in underneath the Starks. Little pump fake. Puts it up. No good. Ball slapped away out of bounds off the Dragons, and Barren County will have the ball. Cade Hardy gets the ball in play to Spillman.
2-2-1. Press already. We said they're going to press us pretty much all game. Get
in the middle of the hall. Nice ball movement. Here's Spillman driving the bucket. Put it up too strong with a foul on Hammer.
Exactly what we needed to. Got the ball in the middle. Quick ball movement. We were all synced up. Tate took it right at Hammer and picked up the foul, he said.
Tate Spillman 30 of 42 from the foul line of the season. First of 2. No, off the front of the rim. And one more. They're averaging 16 points a game. That's a shot of the way. It goes in. Barren County on the board first, 1-0. Here's Hammer with it for Warren Central into the front court. Hammer on the right side, bounce pass off to Starks. Around the perimeter to the left side to pass picked off. Turnover. Here comes Spillman. pass to Bewley. Goes left to Hardy. Back out straight away to Bewley. Now Bewley finds at the high post Hall. Back out to Bewley, long range right. Gets a screen from Hall. They'll go left side with it to Hardy. Back out to Bewley. Passes it off to Hall. Left spin move. Shot off the window, no good. Ball tips out. Hall chases it down. Keeps it alive with the Trojans. There's Cade Hardy with it on the left side. He's cut off by Hammer. Out to Bewley for a three. It is no good. Hall with a rebound goes to the deck. A foul on Warren Central. And they're going to win it on Starks.
We really made a living getting multiple looks at it. If you get that against Warren Central, you've got to eventually cash in.
It was Spillman out of the corner, pulls the trigger for three, comes up short.
Got to be quick on that trigger.
Yeah. Ansel with it for Central. Lobs it in the corner, wide open three, look down the corner, that is no good. Ball batted out long, but there's Hammer with it, throws it back to Ansel. He can nail it, and he does.
We tapped it out because we didn't think we had a chance at the rebound. But what we actually did, we tapped it right into them stepping into a three.
Yep, and it was about 22 feet away, top of the key for Cade Ansel. Now Spillman's in a trap. They reach in and rip it away. Loose ball up court. Central drives under, lays it in. And that was Bratton, the transfer from Bowling Green. Making a 5-1 Dragon lead. Here's Bewley, has it poked away, chasing it down. Hardy gets it back across over the Hall. Spillman in the corner. Bunch pulls the trigger for three. It's an air ball. And coming into the basketball is Robbie Dye. I don't even know where he came from. Dye starting tonight in place of Boards. Here's a three by Hudson. That's a two. His foot is on the line. 7-1, Warren Central. Hardy off to Bewley. Bewley bagging a pass underneath the bunch. One dribble, puts it up, and no good underneath. Rebound to Unseld. Unseld feeds it off right side. It's Dye has a shot blocked out of bounds. Robbie Dye, we didn't have him in the, he must have just became eligible because he has not played in any of the games. 6'3" senior. Waylon Clemens in the lineup, a 6-foot junior, hasn't played the last couple of games due to illness. As they get the ball in play, back underneath the Unseld, he lays it in. It doesn't look too easy. It's 9-1. It's tough. Yeah. 3 minutes gone here in the first. Spillman gets it across the line, lobs it down to Hardy. Back to Spillman, sends it over to Clemens. Back to Spillman, over to Hardy. Thought about the three, and he moves in from 17. It's good.
And an open three, an open 17-footer. You got to get back.
On the other end, shot over the rim. Barren County running back the other way. Spillman with a basketball. Angles off to the right. Now gets chased. He's into a trap. Ball knocked away and stolen. Here's Bratton driving under, missing the shot. Foul on Bewley.
What we're doing is we're letting them come to us. You got to see them come, pick it up, ball fake at them, and throw out of that trap before they get there. We're waiting to throw out of it until they're already there, and at that point, it's automatic turnover.
Yeah. Bratton is 23 of 33 from the charity stripe on the season for the Dragons. Averaging almost 20 points a game. Free throws good. Again, Starks and Bratton are both transfers from Bowling Green. Starks just became eligible. Bratton has been here the whole year. Bratton for one more, and it's on the way, and he got them both. It's 11-3, Warren Central. To make a couple of changes. Robbie Dye coming back in, and let's see, who else?
Jared Kirk.
Jared Kirk, 6'5" junior, averaging 6.5. Almost a turnover there. Left side is Clemens. Clemens sends it out, knocked away, chasing it down into the backcourt. Hardy trying to go for it, but it goes out of bounds. He couldn't get to it.
Linked. I said that earlier. You got a lot of linked up front, and those looping passes or indirect passes just aren't going to get there.
Central with the basketball. Here is Dye. Over the left side now to Starks. Starks with a spin move against Hall. Puts it up and in. Timeout by Barren County as Central's jumped out to a 10-point lead here early. 3:54 to go in the first quarter. Warren Central 13, Barren County 3.
We turned it over 3 times and made a direct layup off one of our turnovers. They made a free throws. They made a couple free throws off our turnovers, and then they took it out and made that bucket off of our third turnover. So all 3 turnovers, they've cashed in the points, taking opportunities away from us, and we just have 1 field goal tonight. Partly because we're turning it over and not getting it in position to score, but you've got to get used to the pace of the game. I think that's more than anything. We haven't played anybody that pressers like this. We haven't played anybody with length like this. So it's just a different style you have to get adapted to very quickly or you get run out of the gym.
Right. There's a lob over to Hardy. Now Spillman in the backcourt being chased. Back to Hardy. Gets it across the line to Bueller. Bounces it down to Clemens. Inside. Here's Hall. Put it up too strong. And rebound knocked away. Spillman ripped it out of their hands. And here's Hardy down on the floor trying to get rid of the basketball. Bodies all over the floor. Still on the floor with his Clemens. And finally gets rid of the Bueller underneath the Spillman. He puts it up and in.
Way to go in there and just dig it out and then find your player instead of getting a jump ball out of it.
13-5. Starks with it in the corner to Kirk. Back out to Hammer.
The more you can make them play in a half-court set, the better off you are.
Barren County 2-3. Hammer fires a 3 and nails it.
Inside out 3. I mean, it looks good, but you make them work for something a little bit more than just getting a turnover or giving them a turnover and then a bucket.
He's their best three-point shooter. He's made 20 so far this season. And now Dragons are dubbing. 10 seconds. Barely. And William Compton checking into the Trojan lineup, 6'3" senior. And Jackson Reese, a 5'11" junior, coming in for the Trojans. Hardy and Spillman go out. So we've got Bueller, Reese, Hall, Compton, and Clemens on the court right now for Coach Warren Cunningham. Dragons with the basketball. They're working around the offside to go inside. There's Starks to the bucket. He puts it in.
Zone that time, and they just worked right around us.
18-5. Reese gets it across the line, being chased down the left side. He's in a trap, throws it back out to Clemens. Swings it over the right side. Compton, a 3-ball. Good, and a foul. Fresh off the bench, William Compton, his 40th three-point shot he's made this year. And he'll have a chance to make a 4-point play here. The foul was on Starks, his second. Team's third of the quarter. Compton averaging 10.6 points a game. Actually the second leading scorer on the team. Free throw rims good. 4-point play for William Compton. 18-9. Warren Central leads it. 2:14 to play here in the first quarter. Hammer with the basketball for Central. Right side it goes to Kirk, and they go down low, and a foul. And Kirk will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. A foul is on Mason Bunch. First foul on Bunch, second foul on the Trojans here in the quarter. Kirk, a 6'5" junior, 11 of 18 from the foul line in the season. Make it 12 of 19 as he connects. He averages 6.5 points, 5.5 rebounds a game coming off the bench. 19-9. Warren Central, 20-9 now. As Central takes an 11-point lead with 2:06 to go. And then that 2-2-1 zone court press. Clemens gives it to Bueller. In the middle of the captain. Feeds it off the Bunch. Can't shoot the 3. He gets into a trap in the corner. Needs him up. Splits the defenders. Pass was deflected but caught by Compton. Gives it back off to Clemens. He'll go left side with it to Bueller. Now Bueller getting some pressure out front. Bounce pass off to Reese. Reese on the dribble to the right. Gets rid of it to Clemens. Clemens circles around out front. Now puts down the dribble, hands it off to Bueller. Bueller working to the left side of the floor. Dumps it back to the left elbow to Clemens. Shovels it back up to Reese. He wanted to shoot the 3. Drives it into a crowd, and the ball is off. They say one off him and out of bounds. 1:28 to go as Unseld returns to the Dragon lineup. He was voted the #1 player in the 4th region this year by the coaches, and he was going to be playing college basketball next year just up the road at Western Kentucky University. And Dragons lead it. Right side with it is Dye. They'll go down in the corner now to Kirk. Kirk dribbles it out, sends it back over to Dye. Dye's working around the top of the key, wants to penetrate, comes it off in the corner. Back out for a three-point shot that is no good. It comes off to Bewley. 1 minute to play in the quarter. Bewley races into the front court, stops, and floats in the corner now to Compton. Back out to Bewley, over the left side to Clemens. Back out front to Bewley, 48 seconds to go. Right elbow is Bunch, shovels it back off. Compton, wide open three. No, missed it badly. And the ball loose underneath, and what do we got? Out of bounds back to the Trojans. Tate Spillman and Kate Hardy return to the court. And Clemens go out. Now Hammer returns to the Dragon lineup. He'll replace Cook. Hardy in the corner. Throws it back out, spinning around the horn. Bunch in the corner, stepping back was Compton, and they threw it away. Bunch thought about the three and decided to pass it off to Compton, and then a turnover. In the corner, Hammer, three-point shot, no good. Rebound taken by Bunch, and it's going to be off him and out of bounds. Didn't grab it. 21.3 to go.
Those instances like we had down there, we passed up a couple of shots. If you keep passing up shots, eventually a team against Warren Central is going to turn you over.
Right. The lob comes inside. The shot goes up, no good. And underneath, Hardy has it for the Trojans. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Jackson Reese. Weaving through traffic, takes it right down the middle, puts it up, it's no good. Rebound to Unseld. Unseld not going to have time to get the shot off here. Now it's down to 3 seconds. Now they get rid of the right side. Oh, they're not going to put it up.
They just didn't know it.
No, they didn't look at the clock. So we're after 1 period of play. It's Warren Central 20, Barren County 9. We'll return after this break. Trojan basketball on 104.7 the score.
Opportunities.
It's not about having kids know content knowledge, like, hey, I memorized this order of things, or I know that. It's actually basically like a knowledge acquisition process. Do I know how to get knowledge? Do I know how to research? What's my question? How do I know when I've learned this? How do I know when I'm ready to go to the next thing? So for them in the STEAM process, what we look at is, what's our question first? What are we trying to accomplish? What's our goal when it's all said and done? I try to have models for the kids. We discuss things. We look at examples from the real world, and ultimately in the end, they have to figure out the engineering process for themselves. I'll provide them with materials. I'll provide them with instruction, even some direction. But they have to build these things, and that's the kind of real world stuff they're going to have.
Green, the Trojans trail the Dragons 20-9. Here's Tate Spillman. Sends it off the right side over to Hardy. Now Hardy trying to put down the dribble. Working on the left side. Spillman left open. Three-point shot. Got it.
Needed that. We were just 3 of 11 in the first quarter, and they shot 7 of 15. Big disparity.
Yeah. 20-12. Unseld. Spinning. Fires up a 3 off the dribble. It is no good. Hardy with a rebound. Hardy trying to dribble out of trouble here as Bratton is putting the pressure on him. Gives to Spillman. Spillman back over to Hardy. Sends him across over to Compton. Bounces back to Hardy. In the middle goes to Hall. Now Hall back to Hardy. He's going to fire up a long 3 that's off the back iron. Rebound comes off to Starks for Warren Central. Gets rid of it to Hammer. Back to Starks. Unseld driving right down the lane. Scoops it up and in.
That's up there.
Unseld has 9 points. It's 22-12 Dragons. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Sponsored by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Bunch gets it through. Goes over to Hall. Back to Bunch. Sends it back out to Hardy. Now here's a 3 by Spillman. No good.
Get in there and rebound. We got guys standing and watching. We got to get in there and rebound.
Bratton with it for Central. Stops. Fires it down to Unseld on the baseline. Unseld works inside the paint. and throws it back up, no good. And flipped it up there over his shoulder. Barren County with a rebound, Spillman ahead up to Hardy. Hardy drives in, throws it up there, is short, and Unseld with a rebound. Loops it up court now to Starks. Starks toward the middle. Right side, cuts back left to the free throw line, and he's looking. Bounces back out to Hammer, now to Unseld. Thought about the three, about 28 feet away. Now he will from 22, and it's short. And the ball is loose on the floor, rolls out of bounds. Going to be off of Bratton. Barren County will have the basketball. Good effort. Bealey coming back into the Trojan lineup. Got Hardy, Spillman, Bunch, Hall on the court. Here's a lob back over to Hardy. Bounce pass long over to Bealey. Bealey lobs it back over to Hardy. Down left side it goes to Bunch. Cross-court pass in the middle. Underneath, Spillman wide open, puts it in.
We're going to switch there, moving Tate in the middle. You got our big out on the wing and moved him in the middle, just kind of ducked and hid, and we found him for the layup.
22-14, Barren County back within 8. 5:38 to play in the first half. Starks with it on the right side. Starks on the dribble, behind the arc. Off the curl, here's Unseld, working it down underneath. Blocking foul, the shot's going to count. Unseld gets his 11-point. Bunch commits his second personal. Number 1 of the quarter against the Trojans. And Waylon Crimmins checking back into the Trojan lineup as Bunch will have to serve those 2 fouls.
If we're going to curl, if we're going to let him curl, we're going to trail Unseld. We've got to have somebody step up and help. I know you're in between a rock and a hard place. You go underneath and make it shoot the 3 or curl and give him the layups. But
Unseld missed the free throw, and then Bratton threw it at his feet and kicked it out of bounds. 4:14, Warren Central, 5:23 to play in the first half. As Bealey lobs it over to Hardy, gets it across the line, back over to Bealey. Bealey stops right side in the corner to Clemens. Clemens comes back out with it, bounce pass off to Bealey, goes inside the Hall. Hall kicks it back to Spillman, 22-footer is in and out. Bratton with a rebound for Warren Central. Gets with the basketball to Hammer. Hammer breaks to the middle, spin move to the free throw line, backs away. Now goes back right side with it to Starks. In the corner, here's a 3 ball. It is good. Knocking it down. That's Perk. His first 3. They had 3 in the first half, and it's 27-14. Bealey lobs it back over to Hardy. Hardy, gonna get it across. And here's Clemens. He's in a trap. Bounces back to Hardy. Ball knocked away. And look here, it's going to be a dunk. Left-handed dunk. Goes by Bratton. Timeout with Barren County, 4:29 to play in the first half. Central out now to a 15-point lead. It's 29-14.
Pretty much double the flap. It's the turnovers they're getting points off of that are hurting us right now. I'd much rather throw it away out of bounds than have to go back and set up or get to go back and set up and play defense. But we're not doing that. Live ball turnovers and just not getting good looks at it. We're honestly passing up looks that we should take, and we're taking some that we're not. And the ones that we get good looks on, they just aren't going in. So it's just kind of a conundrum all the way around.
Barren County's basketball, Waylon Clemens will toss it in. It's an in-play with Bealey. Bealey lobs it back over to Clemens, gets it across the line in the middle. A nice pass to Spillman, puts it up and in.
I like him float in the middle there. Both times we found him, he scored it.
29-16. 4:12 to go in the first half. Dye with it, top of the key for Central, over to Bratton. Bratton, the left elbow, down the left of the lane, turns, goes back wide open, 3 in the air, but is no good. Ball slapped down by Hall, and that's going to be off of Hall, as I believe Starks got a hand on it and threw it to his leg. Comes in lane, Bratton with a spin move, puts it up, it rolls off the rim, rebound put back up, no good. And Hall coming out there with a rebound and a foul on Warren Central. They'll put this one on Jarrett Kirk. First foul on Jarrett Kirk, and that'll be the first foul of the quarter against the Dragons. Comes into play to Bewley. Lobs it over to Clemens, gets it across the line. He's in a trap there. Splits the defenders, gives it to Spillman. Oh, Hall was wide open. They couldn't get it to him. Now Hall on the right side. Spin, moving the lane out to Clemens. Top of the key. Left side it goes to Compton. Compton circles around to the right. He'll give it off to Spillman. Spillman turns left. Now reverses back to the right. Gets back to the left again. Trying to penetrate down the lane. Gives it over to Compton. Left wing is going to be shot. Is blocked. Kirk, he takes it to the other end, and he's going to be fouled by Clemens. And on Clemens, his first personal, number 2 of the quarter against the Trojans.
Barren County, number 33, Waylon Clemens. His first, team
So Kirk will be up the line. Made a pair back in the first quarter. Also knocked down a 3-point shot here in the second. First free throw is no good. Probably the tallest team Barren has faced this year overall. He goes 6'6", 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", 6'3". Second shot is off the back of the iron, and Compton will lead up. Bewley sends it over to Clemens and back to Bewley. Bewley throws it down to Spillman, breaks across the key. In the corner, Compton a 3, no good. Rebound comes out to Warren Central. Here's Hammer. Goes down to Starks. Starks back out front to Hammer. The left side with it to Bratton. And pass knocked away inside by Bewley. They try to force it in there. And Trojans with a turnover. 2:40 to play in the first half. Bewley gets it across the line. Now stops and looks and throws it out to Hall. Out in the midcourt. Back to Bewley. Bewley. Working up, nice pass inside. Spillman couldn't finish on a shot, but he got fouled.
Got to put a little English on it, going from the left side to the right side.
His second, team second.
Yeah, number 2 on Kirk, 2 on Central here in the second quarter.
Barren County, number 5, Tate Spillman.
Spillman 1 of 2 at the line. Has 10 points here in the first half. First of 2 is going in. In.
Central, number 4,
9-17. Paul's going to get a little breather here as Gavin Nutt, a 6'5" sophomore, comes in. Takes Spillman back to the line for one more. And it's on the way, and it rattles and stays in. And it rattled out and went back in.
You'd like to get it to single digits, maybe 7 or 8 at halftime, but you can't do it giving up wide open threes.
No, that was an air ball right there. And Clemens has it for the Trojans. Clemens into the front court, left side, hands it off to Spillman. 2-3 zone by the Dragons here. Kind of a matchup zone. And they go off to Compton. Down to 2 minutes to play here in the half. Clemens sends it back over to Bewley. Bewley gets rid of it to Clemens again, halfway to the corner. Now circles around, gives it to Spillman for the 3. Good!
That's as good a look as we're going to get. They caved in on Clemens.
And on the other end, we're going to get a shot good or a foul on Kevin Nutt. Starks gets his 6-point. Puts the lead back up to 10 at 31-21.
You can't even write down a made for us before they've got it down at the other end, right at the rim.
We'll get Cade Hardy and Graham Hall back into the Trojan lineup. With 1:44 to play here in the first half. Starks 11 of 23 from the stripe on the season, but he cans that one for an old-fashioned 3-point play. 32-21's back up to 11. Barren had it down to 8. 1:40 to play in the first half. Here's Hardy. Cuts toward the middle. On the dribble, he'll hand it off over to Bewley. Gives to Spillman. Thought about the 3 from deep on the left wing. Gets a screen from Compton. Sends it back around the perimeter to the right side of the Clement to Bewley. Bounces down to Hall. Posted in there against Hammer. Throws it off the left corner. Compton at 3. Yes!
All right. Back-to-back threes there.
Puts it back down to 8 at 32-24. And Athletics. Oh, that's going to walk right there. It is. Losing his footing was Elijah Starks. He made a great catch down low underneath the basket.
We had it to 8. Where I said I'd like to have it 7 or 8 at the half. That's workable. That's manageable. And Warren Central actually has more turnovers this quarter than we do. But you still got a minute plus to work with it.
Ball comes into Spillman. Spillman will work it up with 1 minute to play here in the half. Spillman being chased out there. Goes to Hardy. Hardy takes it halfway to the corner, and is a little too wide for Bealey. Tried to save it and bounce it off to somebody else. Here's Unsailed with 48 seconds to play. Gives the start to the give and go. Back to Unsailed, who puts it in. 34-24. Warren Central, 38 seconds to play. Spillman out of the corner, lets it go, and it's in and out.
That's three, falling away to the corner.
Unsailed down the court. Here's Bratton underneath. I don't know what he's going to do with that, but it ricocheted off the backboard. Threw it up to the left hand on the right-hand side.
He's in between, probably trying to throw it down and throwing it off the glass, just playing it in.
And now 18 seconds to play in a half. Hardy needs some help. Gives it out to Bealey. Bealey against Hammer. Takes it left side. Gives to Hardy. 8 seconds to play in a half. Hardy curls around into the key. Over goes to Bealey. 2 seconds, but have to put it out. They throw it away. And that'll be the first half. So at halftime, it is Warren Central 34, Barren County 24. We'll be back with a halftime report brought to you by Stream Cheer. Following this timeout, you're following the Trojans on 104.7 The Score.
Have to work through that stuff will take them far beyond what they learn here. It's all about trying things, taking risk, and then applying what you've learned in a classroom to what you do in life, and then being able to develop techniques that you can use outside these walls.
I'm super proud of what we've been able to build in the last few years in our program. Our goal has always been to set students up for success. But what this does is I think it is a game changer because it creates that next step of connections for students to what we're doing in the curriculum and allows them to really see hands-on what nobody else gets to see.
I've absolutely loved the past 4 years being in biomed. I have got so many wonderful opportunities and has prepared me so much for my future.
I really feel like our rigorous curriculum really prepares them for med school, physical therapy school, pretty much any graduate medical degree. Our table is a great asset. It's really just a really good supplement to help their learning.
Barren County High School is very fortunate to offer multiple career pathways. The biomedical pathway is just one of those, but our focus is always to have students hands-on experience that prepare them directly for the career that they're going to have when they graduate.
I really like the hands-on aspect because I have several students, particularly this year, being that we do have such large gaps from our COVID time, that are having some trouble with reading. They struggle to do that. So when we do the hands-on and they're able to see the models and to watch me do it, that is taken completely out of the equation, and it gives them the confidence to really shine and do all these smaller tasks.
Building that foundation of how students can use science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, making those connections with the classroom teachers and what they're doing in the classrooms as well.
We have time here at Warren Central High School in Bowling Green with the Trojans trail the Dragons 34-24. Our Stream Cheer halftime report. We'll follow our broadcast here on 1230 AM and 104.7 FM, WCDS Glasgow, and online at 104thescore.com. And BC Live. The Trojans trailed 20-9 at the end of the first quarter, and they actually outscored the Dragons in the second period, 15-14. Dragons had 13 field goals in the first half. 3 of those were three-pointers. There were 5 of 8 in the foul line. They had 5 different players to score. Trojanettes are leading away with 13. 6 field goals. One of those a three-point shot. He was 0 for 1 from the foul line. Elijah starts with 7 points, 3 field goals, and 1 of 1 from the foul line. Revan Bratton has 6. A couple of field goals and 2 for 2 from the foul line. Gillette has 5 points in the first half, a 3-point bucket, and 2 of 4 from the foul line. And Caden Hammer has a 3-point shot in the first half. Just 8 field goals in the first half. Half of those were 3-point shots, 4 of 5 from the foul line. That is scoring.
I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real-life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation, and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials, and I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences, and you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to grow, and so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning opportunities.
It's not about having kids know content knowledge, like, hey, I memorized this order of things, or I know that. It's actually basically like a knowledge acquisition process. Do I know how to get knowledge? Do I know how to research? What's my question? How do I know when I've learned this? How do I know when I'm ready to go to the next thing? So for them in the STEAM process, what we look at is, what's our question first? What are we trying to accomplish? What's our goal when it's all said and done? I try to have models for the kids. We discuss things. We look at examples from the real world, and ultimately in the end, they have to figure out the engineering process for themselves. I'll provide them with materials. I'll provide them with instruction, even some direction, but ultimately in the end, they have to build these things, and that's the kind of real world stuff they're going to have to work through. That stuff will take them far beyond what they learn here. It's all about trying things, taking risk, and then applying what you've learned in a classroom to what you do in life, and then being able to develop techniques that you can use outside these walls.
I'm super proud of what we've been able to build in the last few years in our program. Our goal has always been to set students up for success. But what this does is, I think it is a game changer because it creates that next step of connections for students to what we're doing in the curriculum and allows them to really see hands-on what nobody else gets to see.
I've absolutely loved the past 4 years being in biomed. I have got so many wonderful opportunities, and it's prepared me so much for my future.
I really feel like our rigorous curriculum really prepares them for med school, physical therapy school, pretty much any graduate medical degree. Our table is a great asset. It's really just a really good supplement to help their learning.
Barren County High School is very fortunate to offer multiple career pathways. The biomedical pathway is just one of those, but our focus is always to have students hands-on experience that prepare them directly for the career that they're going to have when they graduate.
I really like the hands-on aspect because I have several students, particularly this year, being that we do have such large gaps from our COVID time, that are having some trouble with reading. They struggle to do that. So when we do the hands-on and they're able to see the models and to watch me do it, that is taken completely out of the equation, and it gives them the confidence to really shine and do all these smaller tasks.
Building that foundation of how students can use science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, making those connections with the classroom teachers and what they're doing in their classrooms as well. And sometimes they don't have the time to do those project-based type things. In our STEAM lab, they're able to do that. And then also with our Project Lead the Way, students are really thinking about how to build and solve real-world problems, presented with scenarios, and then they have to problem solve and come up with solutions as a team. And so we're really excited about laying that foundation here at Temple Hill this year.
And a couple more scores in the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Kentucky leading Missouri 82-73. That's with what, 2 minutes to go?
Yeah, 2.5.
And this is a final score. Number 1, Franklin Simpson, 51. Number 2, Bowling Green, 33. The girls' game tonight.
Interesting score. Kind of puts it in perspective. We don't play Franklin Simpson until maybe the first week of February, but we play Bowling Green next week.
So, play them on Tuesday.
Just like Bowling Green, just like our boys are getting a measuring stick game with Central tonight, our girls will see one after they hopefully get through Glasgow on Friday night. They'll see one on Tuesday down at Bowling Green.
Warren Central will have the basketball as we start the second half, third quarter. Barren County going back with Spearman, Hall, Bunch, Bewley, and Hardy. Starts with it on the right side. Bounce pass in the corner, right-hand side to Hammer. They're looking, trying to get the Bratton. Here's Unsell from the 12-footer away. No good. Rebound to Hall. Barren County can cut it back to single digits here with a basket. Here's Spillman being chased out front. Gives it off to Bewley on the right side. Bewley heads toward the middle. Back left side, Spillman to launch it up for three. It's short. And rebound to Unsell for Warren Central. So takes it into the lane and a foul. Spillman commits his first, team's first of the third.
Team's first of the quarter.
Unsell put the ball in play. That pass, Hall grabs it, hands it off to Spillman. Another chance here for the Trojans to cut it to single digits again. They did have it down to 32-24. In the middle goes to Bunch. Had it poked out of his hands by Unseld. Got it up in the air and taken. Starks feeds it off underneath, and a layup is good. That's Braylon Boards getting his first two of the night. That's 36-24. And now a 12-point deficit. Hardy gets it across the line against Bratton. Takes it to the left side, off to Bewley. Gives it to Bunch. Now here's Spillman with it. Back out top, Bewley. Bewley back over to Spillman on the left side. Trying to penetrate, spins left to the lane, and Hammer fouls him.
Playing really exclusively, honestly, around the perimeter right now. We're just throwing it around the perimeter. We're not getting much action going to the rim. Not really making a play tough defense.
Fouls on Hammer. They go in, and a shot blocked by Unsell, a grab by Hall. He puts it in over the outstretched arms of Devin Bratton. Hall gets his first two for Barren. It's 36-26. Unsell with Spillman. Takes it left to the lane, spins, lost the handle, got it back though, and put it up and in.
Bounced around a couple of our legs, and we couldn't pick it up. He knew where it was because it got knocked right out of his hands.
15 for Unsell. It's 38-26. Warren Central. Hardy loops it over now to Spillman left side of the corner. Bunch pulls a trigger. It is no good. Rebound to Hall. Hall goes back up strong and puts it in.
That's why I want more guys crashing out offensive glass. If we challenge them, we have an advantage there to go rip the ball away from them when we miss.
Starts with left to Unsell between the circles. Unsell at the left elbow. Shoots it up off the dribble and bounces and rolls in. What a roll. 17 for Unsell. It's 40-28 Warren Central. Spillman on the right side. Cuts back left. Goes into the middle. Now he'll send it over to Bunch. Back out it comes to Hardy. Fakes a three. Drives to the basket. Scoops it up. It is good.
Terrific move. Acceleration there. He got him with the head fake and just accelerated to the rim.
Second basket tonight for Cade Hardy. It's 40-30. They're trailing by 10 as we come down to the 5-minute mark in the third quarter.
Can't break into single digits, can we?
That's a one-on-one against Spillman. Spins, turns, puts it up, got it. Nope, going to call him on the floor. Second foul on Tate Spillman. He's got a big assignment. He's only 6 feet tall, and Hudson is 6'6", so he's going up 6 inches.
And some pounds.
Yeah. Compton, Waylon Clemens, checking back to the Trojan lineup. Unser, right side of the basket, gets it into Bratton. Bratton working against Hall, trying to muscle it up. He dropped it in. Bratton his 8 point. 42-30. Clemens on the left side. Moves in the corner with Bewley. He's in a trap. Feeds to Hall. Over goes to Compton. Can't shoot. Out to Hardy. Finds Bewley underneath. Reverses it up and in. With Hardy the assist. Bewley the bucket. And it's 42-32. Dragons with a 10-point lead. So go down low. Working in there is Bratton.
Gotta stand your ground.
And he turns and shoots over Compton. Puts it in.
Make him make a jump shot instead of backing you down and get layups.
10 points now for Bratton, and it's 44-32, Warren Central. Right side is Bewley, in the corner Compton. Compton, oh, bad pass. Going out the break. Starks, and he's going to be fouled by Clemens. They saved the bucket right there. Yeah, maybe a dunk.
He came across and knocked the ball away.
Clemens' second personal, number 3 on the Trojans. We're in the third quarter. Elijah Starks, a transfer from Bowling Green at the free throw line. 7 points in the first half. And the first of 2 is coming off. Spillman got about a 5-second break. Comes back in for Cade Hardy. 0-4 to go here in the third quarter. Barren County down by 12. It's 44-32. Trailed by 11 at the end of the first quarter. Played pretty even the rest of the way. Second shot is missed, but a rebound put back up and in by Kirk. Now the lead is stretched to 14 all of a sudden. It's 46-32. Clemens spinning the defenders. Goes all the way under. Puts it up, missed the shot. Unsell with a rebound. 5 on 4. Inside, ball stopped under the hands by Spillman as Kirk was trying to go for the shot. Mason Bunch back in for Waylon Clemens. And Unsell's going to check out for Warren Central as Boards comes in to replace him. Hammer gets it inside. Left side of the bucket. Shot goes in for Starks and a foul. Hall commits his first personal, number 4 on the Trojans here in this quarter.
They've gone away from the 3 exclusively, and they've made 7 out of 8 buckets this quarter, and that's why the lead has really quickly ballooned.
Yeah. Starks gets a 3-point play, and it is now 49-32. The Dragons have scored 15 here in this quarter. Barren County has scored 8. Stretch it out to a 17-point lead with 3:39 to go here in the third quarter.
We were down 8 at 32-24, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 17-8.
Yep. Closest they've gotten was 32-24.
Yeah, 17-8 run to take it from 8 to 17, and completely different game when you're having an opportunity to get it to a 20-point lead versus the other team to cut it into single digits. It's just a different mindset, and they not having a great time shooting the threes as they were in the half, and they have, like I said, exclusively gone just putting the ball inside, driving the basketball, using that height. You said biggest team we played probably by far all year. They are really using that to their advantage right now, and we've got mismatch problems all over the floor, and it's not because of anything negative towards our kids. It's just a height advantage they have.
Right. Ray Bueller with it for the Trojans. Works against Hammer. Right side it goes to Compton. Circles around. Into the key. Gives to Spillman. Top of the key. Bluffs the three. Now gives Compton on the three-point wing. No good. Rebound comes off to Warren Central. There's Hammer. Bringing it to the middle. Sends it to the right side. Starks. Little head fake. Goes in. Spins. Goes up and puts it in.
We thought earlier we might have a three-point shooting contest, but you add both teams' threes together, and you don't even get to one team's average.
Compton out to Spillman. Really, back over to Compton on the right side. Back to Bunch. Left wing is Spillman. Spillman trying to penetrate into the lane. Scoops up the shot through the foul. He got knocked to the floor. And the foul will be on Boers. His first. That'll be two on the Dragons here in the third period. Spillman on the night, 3 of 4 from the line. 15 points in the first half. And make it 16. First point of the second half. 51-33. Dominique Anthony, a 6-foot sophomore, checks into the Warren Central lineup. Cade Hardy back in for the Trojans. And Spillman back in the line. His second shot too strong. Rebound comes off to Bratton. Hammer back to Bratton. Left side in the corner. Going to have Anthony shoot the three, and it's no good. And going to have a foul coming over the back of Spillman. That was Starks. Number 3 on Starks, and number 3 on the Dragons here in the quarter. 2:42 to go. Barren County down 18 now. 51-43. Or 51-33. Spillman on the left wing. Drills it up. Gives to Hardy out front. Right elbow is Bunch. Bunch now turns, looks. Now puts down one dribble, goes to Hall. Hall sends it back out to Spillman. Around the horn, it goes over to Hardy. Hardy tried to split the defenders. He can't shoot. Sends a cross over to Bunch. He'll fire a 22-footer. No good. And the rebound comes off to Warren Central's Braylon Boards. There's Hammer. Back to Boards in the corner. Starts up the baseline. A whistle and a foul. Will be on Compton, his first. 5 fouls on the Trojans here in the quarter, so that means 2 shots coming to Elijah Starks. He's 2 of 4 from the charity line. First one is on the way and it's good. 52-33. One comes off. And we're going to have a foul.
Yeah, Bratton was just...
Yeah, Bratton going to hook arms with Hall. First on Bratton, 4 on the Dragons here in the quarter. Play in the third. Barren County down by 19. It's 52-33. Spillman with it on the left wing. Coming up by Hammer. Now being chased out there. Sends it over to Hardy. Slapped out of bounds by Boards in the corner, so Barren will keep it. Hardy will trigger it in. Comes into Hall. Hall now hands it back off to Hardy. Left side is deflected, trying to go to Compton. Send a bounce to the Trojans.
Center does such a great job of anticipating they're in the passing lane before we make the pass, and that's why they at least get deflections, if not turnovers.
Comes out to Hall, hands it back to Spillman. Spillman trying to penetrate right of the lane and throws it up against the glass, no good. Rebound comes off to Anthony. Here's Hammer, long pass underneath. Juggle it for a moment and put up and in by Bratton.
They just haven't missed this quarter too, and that's mainly because it's from very short range they're shooting the basketball.
54-33. Now it's a 21-point lead, the largest of the night for Warren Central with a minute 16 to play. Third period comes out to Bunch. Bunch getting pressure from Bratton. Right side is Compton. Compton hands it off to Spielman. Spielman against Hammer. Back out to Bunch. Left side it goes to Hardy. He'll launch a three. It is no good. Long rebound off to Hammer. Pass was deflected, but is tapped right to a dunk. Left-handed dunk by Bratton. Blow it wide open now. 56-33 Central. 45 seconds to play in the third. Hardy. Bounce pass in there to Hall. Wrap-around pass in the corner to Bunch. He should have went for the basket there.
Yeah, one of them's got to. You got to try to score the basketball.
Sends it over to Spielman. Spielman steps out for the three-point shot. It's an air ball.
He's forcing things there. Missed all of our threes. Yeah.
Starks pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons with 19 seconds left on the clock here in the third period. Ray Bewley checking back in. Rayon Simmons also, and Cash Moore, his first appearance tonight, 6-foot junior, or senior.
They're 10 of 11 from the field this quarter. We're 0 of 6 from 3. That's how quickly it's shifted.
Yeah. Here's Bratton stepping back from the free throw line, shooting the jumper no good. Clemens with a rebound, 2 seconds to go. Bewley in the corner to Moore, out to Clemens, 5 seconds left. Here's to Hardy, straight away with a three. It's off the mark. Rebound to Hammer, that's the end of the third quarter. As Warren Central scores 22 points in the third, Barren County only scores 9. 22-9 edge for the Dragons there in the third. 56-33. We head to the fourth quarter next on 104 The Score.
We start working all the way from kindergarten, and they start doing, if it's building the 3 little pigs houses and they have to build something and test it and all of these sorts of things, they start that kind of problem-solving skills really young. We do a lot of group work, so they have to collaborate, they have to learn how to work well together, how to compromise. It's been really cool kind of seeing them kind of come in to kind of get all kinds of things. And plus it kind of prepares them, it kind of shows them like different career options and a lot of things that they've never thought about before. And so when we're doing
pass intended from Hall to Moore, breaking the bucket. Too wide in front, goes out of bounds. Central with the ball, leading 56-33. Here in the South Central Bank fourth quarter. Here's Unseld, he walked, and we're going to call a foul on the Trojans. And they'll put this one on Cade Hardy. His first, team's first, the fourth quarter.
He definitely got away with an extra step there, but that's kind of beyond the point at this point. Neither team, to our dismay, shot or hit a three in the third period. Central didn't shoot one. We shot 7, but didn't make any. But they made plenty of shots. They were 10 of 12, shot 83% from the field, and we only shot 29. Huge disparity in the point total is mainly due to our shooting woes more than it is our turnovers.
Yep, 58-33 now. Hall down low, double teamed out to Moore. Now Hardy bounces inside there to Hall. Spin move, flips up the shot, can't get it to go. And the rebound comes off to Kirk for Warren Central.
Indecent looks.
Yeah. In the corner, Anthony a three. Good.
Just miscommunication there. You leave a kid wide open. He's hiding in the deep corner there, but you can't leave somebody open there. Their first three of the half.
61-33, Warren Central, 7:08 to play. Cash Moore over to Clemens. Clemens leaves it with Hall. Hall dribbles it out, sends it out to Hardy. Hardy on the dribble. Has picked it up, leads up, fires it off to Moore in the right wing. Bounces off to Bewley, halfway in the corner on the right-hand side. Bewley bounces down low. There's Hall. Sends it back out to Hardy. Fakes, drives, cut off, now steps back, shoots a 15-footer that bounces twice off the rim. Hall, the offensive rebound, trying to put it back up. He's fouled. All battling in there. And he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. That was on Kirk. His third, team's first of the fourth quarter. It's William Hall at the line for 2 shots. On the roll, good. All 16 of 23 from the foul line coming into tonight's games. A 17 of 24 now. 61-34, Warren Central. Puts this one up and in. And Gavin Nunn will come in for Graham Hall.
And for Warren Central, number 5,
Johan Pratt, 6'3" sophomore, checks in for the first time tonight for Warren Central. Bruce Unsell steps back, shoots a long 3. It bounces off. They hit part of the support up there, so it's going to be out of bounds to Barren with 6:27 to go. 61-35 Dragons. Front corner, right-hand side. Sends it left side over to Clemens. Clemens out top to Spillman. Right side it goes to Bewley in the corner to Moore. He's going to launch up a 3. It's no good. And here's Onset on the run for the Dragons. Crossover move, and there'll be a foul on the floor. 1 on Moore, 2 on the Trojans here in the fourth quarter.
Central number 14, Armani Bird.
So checks out Armani Bird in the ball game. A 6'4" freshman. They don't get any shorter. Coming in off the bench. Nope. Jackson Reese in for the Trojans. There's a jump shot, 17-footer in and out. Rebound comes off to Spillman. Spillman sends it over to Bewley. Feeds it down to Nunn. Had it knocked away, but he's fouled from behind. Here's 4. Number 2 of the Dragons here in the fourth quarter. 56 to play. Barren down by 26. Comes inside to Gavin Nunn of the inbounds pass. So he's in the scorebook at 61-37. Warren Central working it with Kirk going right side. Out top now to new player of the ball game, which is Muhammad Ali. Remember a guy named Muhammad Ali, but not this guy. And he is 6'4", a senior. Here's a 3-point shot here for Kirk. That's his second of the ball game, and a 64-37 Warren Central. 5:18 to go. Spillman on the right side in the corner to Reese. Reese is halfway up, trying to find Nunn. Can't get it to him. Here's Bewley top. Over Spillman, fakes, moves in, shot fade away. Got it, tough shot. It takes Spillman his first basket of the second half. Had 15 points in the first half and hit a free throw. He's only got 3 now in the second, makes him with 18 points on the night. 64-39. As Central works the ball around, spin move, over Pratt. Out top, 3-point shot is short. And a whistle, going to have a foul, so they pushed off. And they're going to put this one on Pratt.
Score here as we change ends. Butler County wins over Greenwood tonight, 76-49. Butler County's first ever win over Greenwood.
Wow.
Butler County, we played them.
We do. And at the Owensboro Sports Center later this year. Got a pretty good first Saturday in February, I think.
Pretty good kid that can really score the basketball, I think.
Price. Yeah. Averaging about 27 a game. Barren County with basketball. Here's Kate Hardy. With it on the right side and goes back left. Looks back right. He'll go to Spillman. Right wing 3 is off the mark and going to be out of bounds to the Dragons. Made an awkward kick off the right side of the rim and went directly out of bounds.
Picked a bad night to have a poor shooting night. And part of that is we just haven't made shots, but the other part of it is their defense. Their length really affects shots.
Yeah. 3-point attempt, right side, no good. And ball slapped out of bounds by Pratt. And Barren County will have the ball with 4:09 to play.
They haven't gotten to their average with threes either. They average closer to 8 threes a game, and they've only got 5.
And he took the last 3 we talked about earlier. They made 34. Jackson Reese with a travel. They made 34 threes the last 3 games.
Makes a difference with Unsell in there. Starks doesn't shoot a ton of threes, but Unsell makes a big difference, just drawing a lot of attention from the defense.
And scramble for the floor, and it will be a jump ball possession there. That's a simple. 3:49 left. Central still has, 2 or 3 starters still in the ball game. Pass almost picked off by Spillman, but Hammer grabs it back. They give it off to Starks. Starks moves in, left of the lane, lost the handle, loose ball, and a whistle and a foul. Dave Starks reached in on Cade Hardy. 4 on Starks. And that is the 4th foul on the Dragons, who are in the 4th quarter. 3:38 to play. Get to go back home Friday night for the first time in about a month. Glasgow, District 15 doubleheader. So it'll be full. Looking forward to that. Left side it goes to Hardy. Hardy's trying to split the defenders. Bounce pass. Chased down by Nunn. Baseline shot. Rims good. Yeah, Nunn getting a couple of buckets here in the 4th quarter. 64-41, 3:13 to play. Looking around the perimeter, here's Hammer. Down in the corner goes to Starks. Goes up the baseline, a foul. Gavin Nunn his second. Team's third of the 4th.
Team's third.
Central basketball underneath to the right. Hammer gets it in play, and a shot blocked in there by Nunn. He blocked the shot on Bratton. Here come the Trojans. Jackson Reese, bounce pass across the lane, Bewley, and it's out of bounds. Not sure if Ray was looking for that pass or not. Thought maybe Jackson was going to go to the rack on that one. 2:50 to play. Barren County down by 23. Hammer hooks it back off the left side. A 3-point shot, no good. And a rebound in there to Starks. He throws it back up. It won't go. Hardy claiming the board for the Trojans. Hardy sends it off left side. Bewley. And it's going to be off the hand of Hammer. Josh Moore will check in with the Trojan lineup for Ray Bewley. 2.5 minutes to play. Nate Spillman. Still working, and have to get it inbounds. Finally does. Hardy out of corner for 3. Bounces high off the rim. Ball slapped back up to Hardy. Trying to whip it down to Nunn, and it skips off his hands and out of bounds. .225 to play.
Central number 2,
And Ben Blackburn in the ball game for the Trojans, a 6'2" sophomore.
Ben Blackburn.
Warren Central still has starters on the floor. 3 of them anyway. Starks, Hammer, fires up a 3, no good. Rebound to Gavin Nunn, gets rid of the basketball to Jackson Reese. Side goes to Hardy, curls toward the lane, throws it off the left side of the Moore in the corner. Reese will pull the trigger, it's no good. Batted up in the air, taken by Bratton. Bratton gives to Hammer. Also got Starks in there as well. With a minute 43 to play. Here's a 3-point shot that's no good. That should be over the back. Armani Bird called for the foul.
Foul charge Warren Central number 14.
You know, I go down to 6'6", 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", 6'2", 6'4", 6'3", 6'3".
Hammer is the only kid on their roster.
And now he looks taller than 5'8" to me. They've got him listed 5'8". He's more like 5'10".
He does a really good job running the point for them, controlling things. Basically, whoever gets a rebound for them takes it and goes. So they don't really use a point guard in every set. But I think he's a really good player for them. And when you're the only kid under 5 or under 6 foot, he knows his role and clearly the best three-point shooter. So
Jackson Reese just canned a pair of free throws. And there's a shot from the left side that is in and out. And battle for the rebound. Pick back up, turn and put it in. That starts. 66-43 with a minute 26 to play. And right side release more. They go to Blackburn. Going from none. Sends it back out to Clemens. There's Jackson Reese at the left elbow. Back to Clemens. Splits the defenders. Follow-away shot off the backboard and in. Clemens in his first two. 66-45. 1 minute to play. Retro with the basketball. And it's Bratton with it. Cross-court pass in the corner. Hammer for three. No. And none. Picks up off the floor. And somebody reaching in on him there. Be a foul on 14. That's Armani Bird again. 6'4" freshman. Nunn's going to go to the line to shoot two. With 43.7. First free throw good for Gavin Nunn. Points all in the fourth quarter. Well, finally, Hammer, Starks, and Bratton go out with 43 seconds to play. Free throw good for Nunn. 66-47, 42 seconds to go. Dragons with the basketball. Boards with it on the right side. Boards sends it out. Now comes around to Anthony. Now goes down left. Into Boards. Boards can't launch the three. Sends it back around the perimeter to the right side. There's a three-point attempt that is no good. And the rebound to the Dragons. And it's ripped away by Cash Moore. Cash Moore had to swat it away. Loose ball. And diving for it was a central player and then picked up by Clemens. And what do we got?
Kick ball to Barren with 9 ticks left.
Anthony Blackburn to toss it in. Comes out to Clemens. Turns on the dribble. Leaves it with Cashmore. Down to 3 seconds. Got to get a shot off. And Clemens too late. Shot got blocked on it at the end. That's the end of the ball game. And Warren Central wins it by a score of 66-47 over Barren County. As the Dragons go to 4-5 on the year, Barren County drops to 10-4 on the season. And we'll come back with our post-game report. Brought to you by CPC Commodities, proven our farm and made for yours, as we continue our coverage of Barren County High basketball here on 104 The Score.
And Project Lead the Way, and we're studying engineering. We'll pull up scientists and we'll pull up astronauts, and we've watched some launches on TV and just stuff like that to kind of show them that there's kind of a big world out there and there's all kinds of places and things that they can do.
What I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation, and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials, and I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this.
Only 4 threes tonight for the 11 of 13 from the foul line. And only one player in double figures. Tate Spillman had 18 tonight, 15 of those in the first half. 6 field goals, 2 of those were three-pointers. He was 4 of 6 from the foul line. William Compton had 7, made a couple of threes and a free throw. 6 points for Graham Hall, a couple of field goals and 2 for 2 from the foul line. Gavin Nunn also had 6, all those coming in the fourth quarter, on a couple of field goals and 2 for 2 from the foul line. 6 points for Graham Hall, 2 field goals and 2 for 2 from the foul line. 4 points for Cade Hardy, and 2 points each for Bray Bewley, Waylon Clemens, and Jackson Reese. Mason Bunch did not score tonight for the Trojans, and just went into a shooting drought there in the third quarter when the guys scored 22-9 and just never could catch up.
Yeah, actually did a pretty good job. Limited turnovers, but we just didn't shoot it to keep pace with them, and they dominated us inside. Used their size to an advantage, went away from the three. It wasn't working for them, and they pounded it inside and got a lot of points in the paint, especially there in the third quarter where they were 10 of 12. For the game, we finished 16 of 47 for 34%. Probably our least amount of threes we've hit all year, 4 of 25 for just 16%. So still more than half of our shots from 3, but you just make a fourth of your total field goals, even though you shoot more than half of them from back there. So not a formula to win games. 60, it has been all year, but you got to make them. 26 of 53 was Warren Central, 49%, right around their average from the field, 5 of 20, which is about 15 percentage points below their three-point average. So they didn't have a good three-point night, but good teams adjust, and they did. And like I said, win the paint, and that's where they dominated. We turned it over 15 times. They only turned it over 7. They out-rebounded us by 1, 32, 31, 10 offensive boards for them, 8 offensive boards for us. And just wasn't our night tonight, but you kind of hung tough. You continue to fight, and we'll go back home on Friday night and see what we can do to try to maintain our number 1 seed in the district.
And we'll come back with more of our post-game coverage here as Warren Central wins 66-47 over the Trojans. Back with more in a moment here on 104 The Score.
Like to do this for a career.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences, and you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real-world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to to grow, and so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning opportunities.
It's not about having kids know content knowledge, like, hey, I memorized this order of things, or I know that. It's actually basically like a knowledge acquisition process. Do I know how to get knowledge? Do I know how to research? What's my question? How do I know when I've learned this? How do I know when I'm ready to go to the next thing? So for them in the STEAM process, what we look at is, what's our question first? What are we trying to accomplish? What's our goal when it's all said and done? I try to have models for the kids. We discuss things. We look at examples from the real world, and ultimately in the end, they have to figure out the engineering process for themselves. I'll provide them with materials. I'll provide them with instruction, even some direction, but ultimately in the end, they have to build these things. And that's the kind of real-world stuff they're going to have to work with.
I know Warren Central's a good basketball team, especially now they have Unseld and Starks back in their lineup. But thought we really played well the first half, just kind of went in the shooting drop there in the second half.
Yeah, that's certainly part of it. We've got to make some more shots along the way. You just can't beat those guys. I mean, we were stuck on 33, it seemed like forever. And I thought for the most part we took good shots, and those are the same shots we've taken all year. And they speed you up. They make them a little faster. They make them a little bit more difficult with their length. But I won't fault our effort. I thought we really battled. We competed. We did a lot of good things on the glass to be undersized. But I was proud of our guys. But we do have to make a couple more. And then if we don't, we got to get some more stops in that stretch, because they were to start I thought we were in good shape at halftime, and to start the third, it kept going. It went 8 to 10, 8 to 10, and then it went 10 to 12, and then all of a sudden we stopped scoring and they didn't. And we got to get some stops there to keep it within striking distance. If you keep it within 12, 15, then you still got a chance. It gets to 24, 25, and that makes it tough.
And they went to more of their inside game, using their size there in the second, especially the third quarter.
Yeah, they did, and we got to maybe do some things different if we see those guys again. With I thought Unseld just kind of back taped down there a little bit. We got to give him a little bit of help in those situations, but. I thought we did some good things too, and we just got to clean up a few things. At times we had a tough turnover or two, and it's those little 5-0, 7-0 spurts that, man, they get you, and that's what they've always done. But I was proud of our guys. I was proud of the way we competed, and we were fighting. We had that possession there early where had 2 or 3 guys on the floor after a loose ball. Waylon comes up with it, we pitch it, and we get the layup. So those type of possessions are big, but I was proud of the way we competed and the way we played, and we'll learn from it. That's what I told our guys. Hey, we did some good things. We got to learn things that we didn't do well, and if we see them again, or when you play somebody similar to them, that we got to do better next time.
One of the tallest teams overall, I think, we've faced this year, right?
Yeah, their length is what causes problems. Not just they're skilled, they're athletic, but it's their length that changes passes. It slows passes down a little bit to where you're not wide open when you catch it. You're just sort of open. It makes shots tougher. From whether it's from 3-pointers or around the basket, it changes those things, and that's where it makes that's who they are. That's what makes it tough to score, and you just gotta adjust to that.
I know they made 34 threes the last 3 games, and of course we made 28 the last 3 games. Yeah. But tonight they were 5 of 20, and we were 4 for 25.
Yeah, we needed to make a few more, and I thought we had some good ones. A couple maybe were a little rushed, but that's okay. But we got to make a few more. And like I said, I think a lot of that's attributed to their length, because it's a little bit different when those guys are flying at you as opposed to some of the guys that we play against. But we just got to learn from it and come back and be better on Friday.
Good tune-up for you for Friday night against the Glasgow Scotties.
Yeah, it is, because we'll probably see some pressure, and we got to go back to work tomorrow, go back to practice, have a good day, and just keep getting better each day.
All right, Coach. Appreciate your time. We'll see you on Friday night.
All right, thanks, Jay.
Coach Warren Cunningham. The coach's comments brought to you by McDonald's. Enjoy a meal at your McDonald's on Smith Road. As we continue our post-game wrap-up here, our MVP of the game brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jamie Harris. Tate Spillman had 18 of Barren County's 47 tonight, so we'll give it to Tate Spillman tonight, and hopefully we'll have somebody else on Friday night to come through, and as we take on the Glasgow Scotties, the big District 15 doubleheader. The girls' game will be at 6, with the boys' game to follow. Again, the final scores here tonight in the girls' game: Barren County 59, Warren Central 23, and in the boys' game, the Dragons 66, and the Trojans 47. Again, our broadcast on Friday night. from Trojan Gym will start around 5:45. Don't forget, it's also the Hall of Fame, Athletic Hall of Fame induction will be going on in between games on Friday night as well. A big district doubleheader, Barren County and Glasgow, Friday night at Barren County High in Bobby Steenbergen Court. That'll do it for Robert Bauer and our studio producer, Axe. This is Jay Turner. Until Friday night, thanks for being with us. Good night from Warren Central High in Bowling Green.